Welcome everyone. Welcome. Today we are in Need for Speed Underground 2. I'm super excited to play this game just because of the open world and the car customization and everything. Really excited. So let's dive right in. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Midnight Racer, welcome. I see you updated the profile picture. Very nice. Good choice. Midnight Club 2. Let's get started with our new career in Need for Speed Underground 2. Let's do it. There's a widescreen option. Whoops. Okay, we'll do that after. We'll do that immediately after the the cutscene. I didn't see that.
Hotshot, you're cleaning up out there.
It's not so training. Alright, I'll have to get that in this split second.
You took out Eddie, scored the babe. Have you thought about what's next?
Hey, this by the way, this car, it doesn't look like our Miata. It looks like a Skyline.
I don't think there's anyone out there that can beat you.
This looks like a Skyline. We had our Miata. This is uncanon. This isn't canon. Nope, that's not our Miata. We would have stuck with the Miata because Miata is always the answer. Although we'll probably get a different car this time.
We like what we see. There's room in my posse for you, and I ain't taking no for an answer. What's it gonna be?
So what? This is probably the most forgettable of all the mainline Need for Speed villains. Caleb. I actually had to look up what his name was. I totally forgotten who exactly he is. I did see the question, but basically the answer for pretty much any should Gran Turismo have X, should Gran Turismo add Y, should Gran Turismo is basically every answer is going to be after they add other events for the cars they already have and the tracks they already have. Awesome, it needs to be hero cars, either Lamborghini Diablo, Lamborghini Murcielago, or Darius is alright. Very good choices. For me, my favorite is the Vortex car, the Acura Integra Type R. The Acura Integra Type R in Need for Speed Underground 1 that you play at the start. I like the graphics on the side and everything. It just looks really cool.
Hey, listen. When you get to Bayview, my gal Rachel will hook you up.
I would love to see someone make a recreation of the Vortex car.
Now it's a baby, so be gentle. Good luck, bro. Be seeing ya.
Nice. I do like the kind of almost comic book style cutscenes in this. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a very unique kind of art style and everything. It almost like things like a superhero, a comic book hero. For some reason, I really like the Honey LFA from this one at 12 on level. Honey LFA. Let me look that up real quick. Oh. That looks nice, actually. That actually looks really nice. With the kind of the goldish yellow coloring and the racing stripes. That looks good, actually. I like that.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Rachel, Samantha's friend. I heard your plane finally got in. Well, welcome to Bayview.
Yep, this is our car. Whoa, I forgot how like pink everything was.
If you haven't already guessed it, what you're hearing is the car's short message system. Otherwise
Yeah. I've played this game so many times. I already know.
Familiar with it, so I said it.
Alright, options, audio, gameplay. Gameplay? Very difficulty. Alright. Camera, rearview mirror. Player. Alright, hang on a sec.
Not for first time use. Read the instructions to
Back to main menu. I have to do it in the main menu. Okay, that's fine. Let's get that. Options, audio, video. There we go. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. It doesn't look awkwardly stretched out. It actually looks like proper. It actually looks proper. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. This is one of the first Need for Speed games to actually kind of have like widescreen support and everything. So that's a lot better. Oh, I don't need to use like a mod or anything like that, or like awkwardly stretch it out to 16 to 16 to 9 aspect ratio. Oh, and I get to skip all the crazy obnoxious. Yeah, Need for Speed Nitro. Sweet. Sweet.
Yo, Rachel, heads up with some runs for you.
Is it any good?
Chance to add some easy coin to your account. I'm sending you the locations right now. I see you there.
Alright, so that's nitrous. That's handbrake. Alright, so that's all good. Oh, it actually looks really good in widescreen mode. Actually, I like a sweat. Oh, that's good.
Hey, Rachel. What up, girl? Word on the wire is that there's some action brewing in Fort Union. I've been able to pinpoint the exact location.
Fort Union? Okay.
You should be able to find them without much problem. My
That's-
point is easy picking, so I thought you might want in.
Alright, let's do some races in this borrowed car. Actually, I like this. That's good. I've heard different things about.
Hey, you got to be kidding me. Dial down your ego, kid. Just because you're in Rachel's car don't mean anything. Throw down some cash and let's do this.
Let's do it. Oh wait. There we go. Yeah, that's accept. That's good. That's good. I've heard mixed things about Nitro. So it is good that the handling and everything. It's actually pretty good. I may have to try it. I have to get the emulator working and everything. I do want to get the PS3 emulator working before I get the Wii emulator. But I do know that there's both of them that are out there that are functional. Just need the time to do that. I spent most of this week and most of Thursday and Friday setting up the Discord server. Should be up on the socials and everything after the stream. The invite link and everything should be ready to go. I think. I'm hoping. I am hoping. This is the most 2000s game ever with all the slang. Very much so. This game hasn't, in that regards, it hasn't aged well. But in terms of actual gameplay, though, it's aged really good. Like the map itself is still very fun to traverse. The cars themselves are very good to drive. They're not nearly as grippy as they are in most one. You can get the back end out if you tune them right, and you attempt to do so, but it's not as obnoxiously slidey as the later games. So you feel like you're in control of your vehicle. So while yes, I do cringe at the dialogue and some of the styles of the cars, I do enjoy the handling, and the race to race gameplay is a lot of fun. Wish there were more power-ups in Nitro. There are only 2. That's a bit disappointing. If you're gonna be creating power-ups for a racing game, you may as well actually like go all in and make a decent amount of them. But the thing is, the more power-ups, the more vehicles you add, it gets exponentially more difficult. It gets exponentially more difficult to balance and everything. One repairs your car. Another one calls the cops on another racer. That's it. They could have one where basically gets rid of police presence on you. That's an easy one to add. You can have one that refills your nitrous completely. It's an easy one. I mean, there's 2 right there that I just spitballed. Oh gosh. Sorry, Rachel, there's no scratches on your car, I promise. I promise there's no scratches on your car. Nope, not one bit. I also just realized the game itself is like bugging out a little bit in hardware mode. So give me 1 second, and I'm gonna switch that to software mode. Because I don't like that line that keeps showing up right underneath the car. It's a little bit annoying. That's a little bit better. Graphics aren't nearly as good, but it's, you know, it's a little bit better. And we got an extra $200. I wish it was like oil slick. Yeah, you do the the James Bond-esque secret agent type stuff. That'd be cool. That'd be very, very cool. Alright, there we go. The game itself looks a little bit rough in software mode, but it's about as doesn't look as bad on the stream. But on the main screen, for me it looks a little rough.
Hey, dude, what's the holdup? You lost or something?
Nope.
The car lot is on the mini-map.
I know where the car lot is. I'm making some money.
I don't have all night.
I know exactly where I want to go. Ooh. Information. I want to get that. Yeah, we have stability control off and the game's set to hard mode. So we're gonna have a little bit of a challenge at certain parts. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna enjoy that. Rachel's 350Z is a bit of an underrated car. You want performance shops know about that? That's fine.
Hey, what are you doing in Rachel's ride? Oh, you're that dude I heard about. Well, let's welcome you the right way. The map is gonna show you the course. All out sprint. See you at the end.
Alright, let's do this. Full on point-to-point sprint. The map itself, despite being an open world map that's mostly kind of like urban and everything, they do a really, really good job of making it still fun to navigate. Like with this being one of the first like open world games. Get the bronze cup, and I know that the silver and gold cups are the same except they allow you to use faster cars. So it's not a whole lot in terms of content then. Alright, tight left-hand corner. Hang a left, there we go. You do get a lot more variety in course types with Underground 2 compared to Underground 1 though, which I do enjoy, because with Underground 1, by the time you get to about like 2/3 of the way through the game, you've raced on pretty much all the courses and have them more or less memorized. This definitely adds a bit more variety to the racing, and it does mean some courses are actually quite difficult with how tricky they are sometimes. And the gameplay really fun, so I thought that compensated. Alright, fair enough. So it's one of those. You almost got to treat it like an arcade game where, yeah, it's a bit repetitive, but the moment-to-moment gameplay is fun, which is fine. That's all right. I definitely want to check it out. That's one of the few Need for Speed games that I haven't played, especially one of the later Need for Speed games. And obviously I do want to play some of the early Need for Speed games too. I've heard that the first two haven't aged nearly as gracefully as some of the other Need for Speed games. But I do want to see for myself and test that out. There we go, across the line. Very, very nice. Very easy money. Get some more money so we can upgrade our first car, because we start out with nothing. Zip, zero, nada. Oh man, we are tearing up Rachel's car. Doing donuts there. Alright, let's turn to the Explorer mode. Get a little sip of water. There we go. Very, very fun. I do like the different, like the weather system in this game too, because the roads do get just a little bit slipperier. Yeah, in the wet and everything, which is really cool. Although it does rain a lot, it is very, very fun. Well, that's just probably one of the last games, so they tried something new. Every game since 2015 has basically been the same. I mean, to be fair, even
Hey man, I want my car back. You better haul over here ASAP or I'm putting the word out on you. And that means no more racing till I say so. Get over here, now.
Sorry, Rachel. I mean, to be fair, even Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted, and Rivals all kind of felt really, really samey in terms of like handling, you know, like the map for Hot Pursuit and Rivals themselves are very, very, very similar.
Yo, hey newbie, heard you've been ripping around town on Rachel's ride. You want to make a couple of Benjamins?
Oh gosh.
You just have to say yes to an outrun.
Oh gosh, let's not lose that.
What do you say?
But yeah, the Criterion era and the first Ghost games, of like the newer supercar area of the early 2010s, all kind of felt kind of samey too. It seems like mainly with the Black Box era and a little bit with the EA Seattle era was the only time they were really willing to try something new, I think. Not quite different actually. It seems it was Hot Pursuit 2010 and Most Wanted 2012 from each other. Kind of. Hot Pursuit 2012 was a bit more urban, but you go to like the highways and the back roads and stuff, and it is. I mean, okay, I will give credit. Most Wanted is kind of different, but Rivals just feels like Hot Pursuit, but open world, without any like class balance or anything like that. Like Rivals, I didn't really like Rivals that much. I enjoyed Hot Pursuit, but I didn't like Rivals all that much. Oh gosh! All right, we need to go. We need to go now. I forgot how difficult, challenging the outrun races are. So all those games are better than 2015. Yeah, for the most part. 2015 did everything fairly well, except for the vehicle handling itself. The vehicle handling was absolutely dreadful, but the vehicle customization was a lot of fun. The graphics were beautiful. The cutscenes weren't entirely cringy. It had a good amount of event types. It's just the driving itself, which is the main point of a driving game, was absolutely horrible. Which thankfully gets fixed in the Unite mod, which is good. But oh my gosh, it is still not. If you just do the base game without the mod in it, it is pretty dreadful. It is pretty rough to actually play. That, and of course the always online features. Buddy, what are you doing making a U-turn there? Really aren't all that fun. Definitely isn't all that great. Oh boy, easy on the brakes. Come on, we need to actually win this race so we can get Rachel's car back to the car lot. It's quite difficult to evade the opponents on anything that isn't a highway. Random crashed car there. All right, let's get up onto the highway so we can outrun them with pure speed. All right, come on, let's get a little bit more nitrous. There we go.
Yo, love to hang and shoot breeze, but I gotta go and win back that cash. See ya.
Alright, yep, outrun introduction, outrun victory, cool. Nice. Alright, let's actually take our car to Rachel in the car lot. I'm sure she's probably very upset. We could win a bunch more outrun races and get a very robust start to the career mode, which is possible. But I do wanna actually start our career mode. For honestly, people who hated Rivals love 2015 confuse me. 2015 bases almost everything Rivals did, but worse. Kind of. The always online was a big thing that I didn't like in both of those games. Because basically, at least with 2015, there was less of an incentive to like completely bully the new people who got the game later. Whereas in Rivals, like you could be a cop in your Hennessy Venom, and you could literally just keep crashing. You could literally just keep crashing the Like you're like the people that are just starting out, and it's dreadful. You can at least play Battle Wars offline now. Thank God. Civic's your favorite. Civic's the favorite Need for Speed Hero car. Oh, Samantha's Civic.
Finally.
That's a good one.
Where have you been with my ride, huh?
Having fun?
There better not be a single mark on it.
Yeah, there's no marks whatsoever. I never crashed a car into any other
So,
vehicles.
but you ain't using my ride. Use your cash to pick out a set of wheels. I'll call you later.
Lady, we have $600. We have $600. We can't purchase a good car for that.
Hey, good news. The cash from your accident just came through. Samantha wired it over here. Use it to set yourself up with a new ride. I'll check you later.
All right, so we have the Peugeot 206. Nah. The Ford Focus. No. The Toyota Corolla. Maybe. The 240SX. Maybe. The Miata. Also maybe. The Civic. Not quite. I do want a rear-wheel drive car. And since we used the Miata first in the first underground, I'm gonna go with the 240SX. Civic, please. But I don't like driving front wheel drive. The Civic is not that great. Back in my day when I went to this classic car today, you could buy a good car for $600. Oh yeah, that was the cheap horsepower era of the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. Very, very nice. Unfortunately nowadays, to get any decently powered rear-wheel drive car, you're paying at least a couple grand. At least something that isn't, junkyard worthy. So it is very, very, very not fun in that regards.
Now that you got yourself a set of wheels,
I got a set of
head over
wheels.
to my garage. Don't bother looking for races because there's nothing going on.
Bets.
Don't keep me waiting again. See you there.
Alright, well let's see what all we need. We need to head to the safe house. There is no races. When I was a kid, when I first got this game, I did actively try looking for races and stuff like that. And I spent like 30 minutes just going around, like searching like every single street corner. Nothing. Like it is absolutely nothing. So, yep, this is our beautiful little Nissan 240SX. But I got a Mach 1 Mustang, the 351 Cleveland, in it for $800. It's a lot of money in 1980. Still though, oh my gosh, a Mach 1 Mustang. Very, very nice. Oh, let's get a little bit extra cash by getting these information flips. Transmission types. Yeah, we're going for the manual. We are using manual transmission, stability control off, on hard mode. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Wow, that's super, super lucky. Because even a poor condition Mach 1 Mustang goes for a very, 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 very high amount of high dollar, top dollar now, because it's considered, like an American legend vehicle. Oh, we got T-boned by a taxi. I think at least we got sideswiped by a taxi. Alright, here we go. The one and only time we actively go to a garage.
Let me give you the 411. Everything in the Bayview race scene goes through me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't noticed yet, it's the place to be.
Yeah,
The
lots of
race
street
scene
racing.
here is big. Whatever you like, you can find it if you know where to look. Drag, drift, circuits, and way more. The scene runs so deep, we're racing in places you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, we race in airports, we race on closed circuits.
Some serious money. Best of all, there's an invitation-only series called the Underground Racing League for the
Nice.
elite driver, where the coin and the props are off the hook.
You do make a lot of money on those
All it
races.
takes
Very,
is
very
the right
fun.
cred and the proper connections. Remember, this is my town. You're a guest, so max respect. Round back is Tommy.
1972
He's a
Grandma,
wizard.
45,000 miles, about for
He'll hook
$300.
you up.
Oh, that is
Rachel set
super,
it up so
super
you can
cheap.
handle all your business out of
See,
the garage.
even
She set aside some room for you. Come on, I'll show you where you can store your
even
rides.
vehicles that are considered like cult classics and stuff like that nowadays, vehicles that would be more mundane and considered cult classics nowadays, and even then they're going for a
Yo, here
decent
we
amount of
are.
money.
Your own personal space. You can lay out all your parts and gear here. There's also some tools in the back so you can custom tune your ride.
Sweet. But let's go back to explore mode because our vehicle is bone stock. There is nothing upgraded on it. Let's go to Megalo parts. Let's put that $600 to good use. Let's try to win a couple races along the way there. Because right now our car isn't all that fast. I do want to make it go a little bit faster. But yeah, this game is a lot of fun. Especially once you tune up your car more.
By the way, I forgot to mention that there's a lot of action in the city tonight. I've uploaded the race locations into your map. Go out there and start making a name for yourself.
Sweet. We have a race just to our right, and it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite race types actually in the game. It's the street cross events. And I wish they would show up more. I wish they were in more games other than just Underground 2, because the street cross events are so much fun.
Yo, listen here. You're about to be fully felt by the street cross. This is the hottest new kick slam in the race world. These here tracks are tight.
Very, very tight, very technical. It's almost like an autocross, but also like you're in like a circuit race as well. And it's very, very fun. Yeah.
Tune it for quick sprints and tight slam down control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Alright then, get out there and go savage, bro.
Oh, we are going to go savage. We're going to savagely win this race. We've got this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I wish there was more of like this event was in more Need for Speed games, because that is one thing I do like about Need for Speed Underground 2 is the sheer variety of event types. I think the Wii version of the first Cars game yesterday, I thought the controls were terrible in that version. But I was just pushing the stick on the nunchuck the wrong way. Yeah, the Wii controls in general are just always just a little bit awkward, because with Xbox and the Xbox and the PlayStation consoles, like the controls are more or less standardized. With the Nintendo consoles, they do kind of change it up every single generation, which makes developing for those consoles much more difficult. Because like with both the Xbox and like the PlayStation consoles, it's iterative improvements. And while sometimes that was dreadful, we lost at first race. Bravo. That's what hard mode does when your car isn't upgraded at all. It does get difficult to kind of get a decent run on the opponents. I don't know why, but the version doesn't have GameCube controller support. Oh, that's unfortunate, because usually a lot of racing games for the Wii did that didn't want to use the motion controls is they basically just opted to instead build it for GameCube support instead, which did make it a lot easier. But yeah, Wii games in general, Wii racing games, out of my way. Wii racing games weren't all that great. And Need for Speed Carbon also had the same problem. Need for Speed Carbon kind of did the forced motion controls, and it got a lot of flack for that. Rightfully so, because it was, oh gosh, motion controls in a racing game, unless it's like a first-party title, where like you know the software and hardware inside and out, it is very, very, very tricky. There we go. All right, first race one. We got a little bit more money, a couple $100. We can begin to get some upgrades for our vehicle.
Hey, nice race back there, but here's a little tip for you. I don't know how things worked in that cow town you came from, but just winning here ain't enough. You build your reputation by destroying your opponents. Margin of victory is as important as winning.
All right, so we gotta win. We gotta win by a huge amount.
Know when it comes to all the tuner gear coming and going in Bayview. If a shop's got something prime and worth looking at, I'll hit you on your SMS and let you in on it.
I forgot
Stuff
just...
usually goes fast, so pay attention to your message alert. Don't thank me just yet. I haven't figured out what you owe me in return. Call you later.
I forgot just how many like tutorial things are in this game. It's a little bit much, I think. Like, sure, they changed it up a little bit from Underground, but like they put like tutorials and like little information things like everywhere, which does make it a little bit grating on subsequent playthroughs. Alright, let's see, drag racing. And there's a tutorial for drag racing too. Basically, perfect shift, same exact thing as Underground 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, let's do some cool things with the Wiimote. Really? Anything in particular? I've not really played the Wii version all that much, except at a friend's house. And the racing itself was kind of awkward as anything, especially on the tighter canyons. The upgrades, the handling was very, very awkward on the canyons and everything. Yeah, slipstream so we can get more acceleration, reduce the drag on our vehicle. Big dog. Oh, the cringe on the dialogue though. I forgot just how poorly the dialogue has aged. But still, this is a lot of fun. Basically, people during the early 2000s played this game for the customization and everything. And people nowadays are playing it more so for the racing. Perfect shift. Like the pit stop minigame, you use motion controls. And a cool way where you use different motion. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, we short shifted there a little bit. That's fine. We get a good launch. We'll be fine going across the big Bayview Bay Bridge. Bayview kind of like an awkward combination of like LA, San Francisco, and pretty much most like West Coast cities. We're actually reaching a fairly high speed. We've got this. Make sure we avoid traffic. And across the line, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Easy victory right there. Heck yeah. There we go, got some extra money. But just make sure we gotta make sure we actually tune our car though. We're gonna get some performance modification, performance upgrades. This Nitro has drag racing just like this game. Oh, cool, nice. That's one thing. I do like the drag racing in the Need for Speed games, especially the black box games. The drag racing in Payback actually was one of the few things the game did really well. Really enjoyable. Yeah, window tint. Don't quite care about window tint. Let's get some more. Let's do some more racing. We have a decent amount as we're making our way to the upgrade shop. There we go. There we go. An extra $250. Holla holla for the dollar. I forgot how close all of the first races are. You can almost kind of get them all in a row before you even get your first upgrades for your vehicle. But we really should get some upgrades for our car because we're gonna be lagging behind some of the racers in later events, especially with the drift events. The drift events in this game are a lot more difficult compared to the drift events in the first Underground. The drift tracks are a bit tighter, a little bit more difficult to get some good wide slides, so we really need to kind of get some power upgrades and do some tuning on our car to kind of get the rear to step out on us a bit. I do like how open certain sections are. Like we can take this big, massive shortcut here, thread the needle through the palm trees. There we go, very nice. We're getting a very large margin of victory, which is good. We need to be able to do that so we can get some more reputation points, so we can get some sponsors much more easily as well. Because the sooner we get sponsors, we get the sponsor sign-on bonus, which gives us some extra cash, and we have sponsor races and the URL races, and both of those give us lots of money, which are really useful early on in game for getting all of those upgrades. Just like for saving money early on as well, you do want to do most of your shopping at the Megalo Parts store, even if you're trying to drive a little bit out of your way to get to it, because that allows you to save a little bit more money and have a little bit larger selection of vehicles early on rather than have some upgrades. This game does quite a few things differently than the first Underground. While the vehicle handling is very similar, it's a bit more refined. The cars don't feel nearly as floaty. The open world is, for the most part, really well designed, very pretty, very beautiful, and fairly distinct as well. Where if you show me a screenshot of your vehicle in like a certain area, I could probably roughly guess where exactly on the map you are, with maybe getting Cole Harbor East and West a little bit mixed up. Both of those look visually very similar, but still very fun. Like you can put hydraulics, you can put like all the specialty stuff on your car to really kind of give it that early 2000s vibe as well. Really fun. Alright, let's do... We got a circuit race here. I want to get some upgrades first. I'm gonna go to Megalo Parts real quick first. Get some upgrades, and I'll head back to the circuit race. But I do want to get some actual upgrades on the car, because while it's okay, while the car is okay right now, it can definitely be a lot faster, and I do want it to go a little bit faster. Honestly, hydraulics don't belong on a majority of the cars in the game. I agree in that regards, but for the most part, you don't have to really use the hydraulics. And there is a very fun bug with the hydraulics though that I really like. I forget what stage you need of the hydraulics. I think it might be 3. Mm-hmm. Plus they have the biggest discounts. But yeah, no, there's a bug, and I think it's in this version of the game as well, where if you bump up against another like traffic car and they begin using hydraulics, you can actually get your car to launch up into the air. I discovered that on accident.
Aftermarket hardware. Slam more power from your ride.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, let's get all of that. Let's get all of this. We got the cold air intake system, we got the new headers, cam gears, performance exhaust. We're getting pretty much all the exhaust and intake section tuned on the vehicle. So all the externals of the engine getting put on there. Very nice. We have $400 more. I think we have enough for some. We don't have tire upgrades available. That is unfortunate. We don't have enough for nitrous. Do we have enough for suspension? Not quite. Okay, so we basically had enough for an engine upgrade. So we have a little bit more performance. We got a couple extra horsepower out of that, which is good. Cars should definitely sound different too, because we upgraded the exhaust system. Which is one thing I do like about the Underground series games, is that as you upgrade your vehicle, it does begin to sound differently, which is cool, which is really nice. The Need for Speed games in general have always done a really good job on vehicle audio, which is really good. There we go. Your car sounds just a little bit more aggressive. Ooh, that actually sounds quite nice. It's still a little bit slow through the gears. We do have a little bit more power. So let's get this circuit race done. Get a couple more upgrades for our car. Maybe a nitrous system, and then we're going to try to do some outrun races, so that way we can begin getting some more money, and that'll also help us get some of the unique upgrades. Because Whereas in the first Underground, the unique upgrades come directly through completing the main story races and everything, and doing the time trials, which are mandatory. The unique upgrades in Underground 2 come from racing against the AI in the outrun races. You can unlock events, unlock time trials to unlock unique upgrades that way, which is still really, really cool. Hey, don't do that. And outrun racing in general does allow you to get a decent amount of cash early on as well, which is good for more upgrades for your car, more of the body upgrades, more of the other mods. Because right now our vehicle looks bone stock. We only have a simple exhaust system. We should definitely tune it up just a little bit more once we get the money for it. I definitely want to get a decent, robust start in the career mode. Just narrowly avoid all the accidents. There we go. Yeah, I think we did a good choice. Did a good job picking the 240SX. Even if this version, the US version, doesn't come with the SR20 series engine, and instead comes with the KA series engine, I believe. It was basically like the same engine used in the Nissan hardbody pickup trucks. Which admittedly is also becoming a bit of a cult classic tuner engine due to the fact that it can actually handle a decent amount of boost out of the... It actually can handle a decent amount of boost. So people have begun in the past like 5 to 7 years, begun actually modifying some of the KA engines as well. Is it KA or CA engines? I'm trying to remember. But it's basically the truck engine, the little inline-4 truck engine, and they've become something that people are tuning a bit, because especially the price of built SR20 engines is very, very expensive, very, very pricey. We have a very, very solid lead right now. We have Greg, Dave, and Veronica. A far cry away from the more street-style names of Fish, Dizzy, and Spin, and all that stuff. Of the racers in the first Need for Speed Underground. These are more like actual names. And then it kind of goes back to the more street-style names in Need for Speed Most Wanted again. But here in Underground 2, they use more like actual human names. So it is very, very funny seeing the changes as it kind of goes from one end of the spectrum to the other, and then back again, in Carbon, because Carbon they used more of the standard names again. Which is funny. It's like they couldn't make up the mind just how street they wanted the different names to be. And then they're using like actual first name, last name in Need for Speed Pro Street, because that was all, legal, legit racing and everything. And Pro Street was actually a lot of fun. Pro Street was a very, very fun game. It's a very, not to say difficult game, but it's a game that the more you play it, the more it kind of grows in you as you kind of learn what works and what doesn't work, I think. Exhaust tips. Yeah, we don't want exhaust tips just yet. We want some upgrades. Let's get some upgrades for our car. Should we get a nitrous system, or should we get some suspension upgrades? I don't think we quite have enough for a good ECU tune. But the ECU tune doesn't by itself add a whole lot of speed to the vehicle. It doesn't add a whole lot of power. The ECU tune is basically is good for making sure the other upgrades are able to do a lot better. Nope. Up. You want to press up to enter the shop, Isaac, not sideways. There we go. Much better. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, we are $25 away. Do you accept credits? Do you accept lines of credits? They don't accept lines of credit, unfortunately. Oh, that is unfortunate. Weird. Okay, let's see if they have we can get a suspension kit. Holstein, Skunk 2 Racing. Fair enough. What's weird is also going through some of this and seeing the some of the brands that are featured in this game, how some of them have gone under, some of them have changed entirely from what they once were. Like Skunk 2 Racing still exists, but it's more so like an automotive parts distributor now, as opposed to making, you know, full on, like, you know, suspension kits and everything for vehicles. Very, very interesting. They still do a little bit with some tuner cars. They're making a custom strut tower bars and that kind of stuff. But it's the selection of what they make nowadays compared to what they used to make. It's definitely a little bit lower. But they kind of branched in a bit more into the oh, we could have gotten $25 right from here. Whoops. Oh well. But they branch more so into the automotive distributor side of things, the distribution side. Yeah, I don't want the car specialty shop right now. I got no money. Let's do a little bit of outrun races. Try to unlock maybe a unique upgrade early on. Get some more money. Also allow us to kind of explore the city some. The body parts in this are, yeah, the body parts are definitely ugly. I think the best looking part in the game looks worse than the worst looking part in Metal 3. Yeah, it's... Yeah, like looking at the car to the right of us, the parts themselves are not great. There are some that look okay, but it's definitely hit or miss depending on what kind of car you're driving, and what kind of car, you know, what exactly how you do them. But yeah, it does look pretty rough, I think. Very, very, very rough. And we need to use that power, the power of the intake and exhaust system that we installed on the car. Major power. But yeah, most of the body modifications have not aged all that well. So, some of them could maybe be looked at okay, but yeah, this game, well, the customization in this game was definitely definitely more so a product of its time. We got an extra $100 there. I do wish there was more races on the highway. So they did do a good job of making a highway that's fun to drive on. It's got the twisty bits. It's got nice flowing corners and everything.
Yo, newbie, you mind acting like a test racer for me? I'm trying out a new mod.
Yeah, sure. Let's see how much slower you go with the mod. We're gonna get into her slipstream again. Come on. Little inline 4 versus inline 4. Just struggling to reach 100 horsepower. So 100 miles an hour. Oh gosh, come on. There we go. Also, the racing on the highways, very easy compared to trying to outrun them in the actual city. Because a lot of times they don't have a good they don't really have the best luck trying to avoid traffic. Can't run forever. I mean, I don't run out of gas in this game. My engine isn't blowing unless it's a drag race. We got this. Oh gosh, she has the lead though, and he's gonna try to outmaneuver us. So modify 50 roads to and an Escalade XLT EXT essay. Oh, nice. They both look like they came out of Midnight Club as a black with big rims. Oh yeah, the dub and the donk styles. That was really big during the early 2000s as well. But putting the largest possible rims with the tiniest profile tires on an SUV. I remember that vividly. because there was there was a guy who so I went when I went to high school. I was in the automotive program, and there was a guy there who took his it's based off of the Escalade chassis, but it was the Chevrolet Avalanche, and he had those those big chrome rims on it and everything. And he wanted new tires, so we special ordered the super low profile tires and everything. Very pricey, but basically with the high school we charged basically just cost plus whatever it cost us it would cost you, but labor was basically free because technically with Maryland labor laws we couldn't charge labor at all. But I was the one assigned to replacing the tires on the Avalanche, and oh my gosh, trying to get those super low profile tires off and getting the new ones mounted on that car were very difficult. Oh my gosh. It was very difficult. I'm very glad for that one. I didn't have any issues with the tire pressure sensor, because he kept the tire pressure sensor on all the rims as well. So making sure we didn't accidentally destroy that, trying to like pry the super low profile tires off of the rim, where it was very difficult. Oh my gosh. That just like unlocked like a core memory I was trying to suppress there for a little bit. That was very I'm like having flashbacks now. Oh man. But yeah, I don't quite miss the super low profile tire, the super low profile tire fad. I definitely want tires to have just at least a little bit of meat on it, not like the mega low profile. Like you still have the big rims and like slightly low profile tires, but like taking it to like the utmost extreme, no thank you. Plus also, when you do that, because technically the tire acts as a secondary spring, kind of. When you do that and you may have the big rims and the super low profile tires, your ride quality actually goes like completely out the window. Like it is you get a very rough ride. Nothing feels right. You feel every single bump in the road, which is why also with Formula One going to the lower profile tires compared to the much thicker tires. On one hand, it does increase the dependency on really good suspension setup, especially on tracks that are a bit bumpier. Like for example, Circuit of the Americas, or the Mexico City Grand Prix, or the Bahrain or Singapore, not Bahrain, Azerbaijan, Baku City. There we go. Where it's very bumpy, very rough. You do need to make sure you set up your suspension a lot more softer compared to what you could set up with when they were running the thicker tires. So in that regards, it even applies to racing cars as well when they went to the thinner tires. And to add to that, they also had the issue with the porpoising the first year they did the ground effects, also with the thinner tires. So the drivers themselves, I definitely feel bad for their backs. Very rough. It did not. I could not have felt well for any of them, especially with the drivers of the Mercedes. The Mercedes W13 had some major porpoising issues last season. It seems like they've at least gotten that fixed. They just need to find a little bit more pace now with the new aero regs. But yeah, here's hoping because tomorrow's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and I didn't get a chance to watch qualifying today, so I don't know how well anyone did. But I'm super excited to see how that race goes. Because on one hand, the Jeddah circuit, when missiles aren't being shot at it, it's not a bad track. when missiles aren't being shot at the track. It's not a bad track. When missiles are being shot at the track, like what happened with the last Grand Prix there last year. Evening AG Radium. Glad to see you. Alright, we have a decent amount of money. Not enough for any upgrades, but enough to, you know. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We're just starting our career mode in Need for Speed Underground 2. We have our 240SX here. Very, very nice. Entering a drift race. I'm not great at drifting in this game, so you get to see how dreadful my driving is. Yeah, we get to drift right in a stadium, right in the parking lot of a stadium. In the very, very first drift event as well. Very, very fun. And it is very, very tricky because not only are you drifting with other people on a track, it's also a little bit more difficult to, with the new handling, it is a little bit more difficult to maintain a slide.
Speed, steering, and handbrake, because they all play a factor in setting up those sweet moves that are gonna get you racking in some heavy points.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't go crazy with the brakes, because the faster you go, combined with the more slides you hit, the higher your score is gonna be.
Yeah, I know that.
The score will dictate the multiplier you're gonna get. This multiplier will affect the score.
Yeah, I want to skip that. We already saw that. We already know the tutorial. I played this game multiple times. Basically, high speed slides, get more points than everyone else, don't wreck into the wall. Get a higher multiplier to get a higher multiplier to keep getting more points. Yeah, the drifting in this game honestly favors the front wheel drive cars a little bit more than the rear wheel drive cars, especially early on. Oh, and fighting against the other AI as well is much more difficult. Okay, that's not going well. That is not going well at all. Trying to get enough speed so you kind of momentum a drift going is very, very, very difficult. Especially before you get any tire upgrades. Before you get any tire upgrades, it's much more difficult. Once you get a tire upgrade, you can kind of cheat it a little bit by lowering the grip of the rear tire. Grizzlies played the Spurs yesterday. How'd they do? How'd they do? Hopefully they did well. Oh gosh, come on, give me some more points. That's not enough. And I'm at 29 in the third quarter. Oh gosh, that's dreadful. That is dreadful. Did they at least make a comeback? Hopefully they're at least able to make a comeback, because that is definitely not great. Alright, come on, we need at least a little bit more speed. Oh, the drift events in this game. Definitely not great. Then we came back and Dylan Brooks tied the game at the end of the fourth quarter and forced overtime. Oh, nice. Bravo. That's some good, that's a good recovery. Oh yeah, we won. That was difficult. That was difficult as hell. Oh. So who managed to win? Who managed to win in overtime? So I know the Grizzlies ended up winning by 6 points in overtime. Oh yeah, that is a really good recovery drive. A really good recovery game. Nice job. Well done to the Grizzlies.
Hey man, you're raising some serious hype out there.
Yeah.
Looks like a couple of companies want to represent you.
Woo! We're gonna be sponsored.
For the underground racing league I told you about. No traffic, no streets, just pure driving. All of it takes place on a controlled private course. Now, since you've set up shop with me, I'm gonna act as your agent.
Oh, sweet.
I'll take a cut off the top in return for letting you know what's worth looking at.
All right, so we have an agent. She's making money off us. We're making money with her. Nice. It is a mutually beneficial partnership, hopefully. And we have also unlocked Beacon Hill, which is really, really cool. Beacon Hill is a lot of fun to race in. Music in this game is so good. I can't play any of it because it's licensed, but the music in this game is like really, really good. I recommend, if you haven't already, listen to the soundtrack. Very, very fun. Really nice. Especially 'cause it has a good amount of rock in it as well. It has, you know, Skindred, it has Rise Against, it has Unwritten Law. Very, 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 very nice. Cool. You've unlocked Beacon Hill. But right now, let's get some. Let's explore Beacon Hill for a little bit, because we need to begin kind of getting some of the new shops. So let's get the shops there. Let's unlock the shops there for the time being. Take out a few races if we can. But yeah, this is definitely a little bit more difficult. Switching Twitch is a good, nice EDM track as well. EDM does make a good. It kind of adds a nice sort of like chill vibe to the game at certain points as well. Very, very fun. All right, let's see. This is the actually, I wasn't a big fan of the soundtrack in this game. Really? I've unlocked Unto Purge. So just out of curiosity, what of the games has your favorite soundtrack? So for me it's a bit shocking considering the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of that particular game, but I actually really enjoy the soundtrack of it. My favorite Need for Speed soundtrack is actually Most Wanted 2012's. It's the one I listen to most frequently. But I wasn't a big fan of the game, which I don't know. It kind of seems very, very, very awkward. Nickel 3 and Underground 1 had my favorite soundtracks. Ooh, Underground 1 had a really, really good soundtrack as well. Shift 2 had a good, very, very good soundtrack also. Very, very nice. I did enjoy the fact that they kind of like remixed their own songs. At least Opposite 2 is still up there for me. That one is also very, very good. I do enjoy the like Rush's One Little Victory, the Buzz ones, Ordinary. All of that is very, very nice, very, very good, really enjoyable. Bump. All right, let's get this. Let's get this drag race done over here since we're here. And then let's let's unlock the final performance shop. And then let's head back to Megalo to get some more performance upgrades for our vehicle. There we go. Let's see if we're able to win this. The drag racing does get fairly difficult if you don't keep your car upgraded. Yeah, Opposite 2 had some good ones. Opposite 2 had some bad ones. So I wasn't a big fan of the Uncle Cracker or the Hot Action Cop songs, but everything else was pretty solid. Good, really good launch. There we go. Very nice. There we go. Oh boy, come on. Give me some power. I like how the car, we don't make enough power to accelerate up a hill. Like we slow down when going up even a moderate hill. That's just how lackluster our performance is right now. Oh boy. And we're almost over revving the engine as well. Gotta be careful with that. Thankfully the rest of the opponents are still very, very far behind. Whew. Good. We almost blew our engine there. Listen to how action cap songs now, non-clean versions, really sound interesting. Yeah, in the game they change the lyrics and make it sound like racing, but in the non-censored versions, you realize they are most certainly not talking about racing. No, they're talking about something. They're most certainly talking about something else.
Hey, dude, I just sorted through the last stack
Yeah,
of
no.
contracts. A lot of sponsors want to sign you up for the Underground Racing League. So I picked the best of the best for you. Just let me know who you want to sign with.
Oh yeah, I remember as well. Edelbrock was kind of beginning to try to break into the import tuner market as well, and making stuff for like non-American, non-big American V8 cars at the time, which is really funny to think about it, because they kind of gone back, especially with the renaissance of big American power with the Mustang, the Charger, the Challenger, all that stuff. They've kind of gone back to making stuff for big American V8s. But during the early 2000s, they definitely tried to focus a lot more on the tuner scene, making like turbo kits and everything for certain vehicles. It was really cool seeing them, you know, trying to adapt to the market and everything.
Hey, I wanted to give you the heads up. Now that you're under contract with the sponsor, you've got to complete some specific events to complete your deal.
Yeah.
See the X icons? That's them. Get over there and tear it up. I'll talk to you later.
Now what's really cool is that if you know where the other sponsor races are, those are the hidden races. Like this is one, this right here is one of the Street Glow sponsor races, but you can enter it as a hidden race. Midnight Club 3 had PD Pablo's Freak League. I know it uses the clean version, and that song still should not be an E10 rated game. Yeah, especially when you listen to the lyrics, that one is pretty much entirely about sex. Granted, it is a good song. I do enjoy the song quite a bit. But it is, yeah, definitely not a game. I'm surprised they managed to get that past the censors. They managed to get a lot of songs past the censors in the ESRB at the time. The Callaway Hammerhead C4 cover is the best of both worlds. That is a beautiful car. Callaway in general had some really cool vehicles. They still do make some really cool performance parts for a lot of the Corvettes. But I really enjoy the vehicles, like the custom, the custom original, or like the Corvette-based vehicles themselves that are like sort of their own car, like the Callaway C12. I generally think the Callaway C12 looks absolutely gorgeous. Sure, it's based off of the C5 Corvette chassis, but it looks so different. It's just a very nice car. I enjoy driving that when I get the chance to in some of the like Gran Turismo 4. I enjoy driving it there, as well as in like Supercar Street Challenge and a few other games it does show up in. Very nice. Oh yeah, it's very pretty car. And then the C7, which I believe, I'm not sure if the C7 was based off of any Corvette chassis. I'm not as familiar with that one, but that one looked really cool as well. I had a Hot Wheels car of that one. And that one was really nice. I think that was like a track only like performance vehicle at the time. It was really cool car. The C7. One of Callaway. So right now the Callaway mostly just makes like high performance tuned versions of like already existing Corvettes. I wonder if there'll be any attempt to make an original vehicle again anytime soon. It's the same with Lister. Lister, while they're mostly a tuning company that specialized in Jaguar parts and making like specially tuned Jaguar cars, they did make a couple of original vehicles as well during the early 2000s with the 90s and 2000s with the Storm. And the Storm, it looked, you know, very late 90s, early 2000s, very wedge shaped and everything. But it was a really cool car that was used a lot in like a lot of like GT racing around the world. And they even had an LMP 900 class car with the Lister Storm LMP. And that car, well, it wasn't super successful. It looked really cool. I think, to to my knowledge, the Lissa Storm LMP was only in like 1 or 2 racing games as well. It was in like Total Immersion Racing, and I think it may have been, I'm trying to remember, there was like one other game it may have been in, but I do know it was in a Total Immersion Racing. I should play Total Immersion Racing. That is also a very, very good game. All right. So we got some extra money there. That's very, very nice. We should have enough. Each round of the wedge shell. The fact that W8 is a fair to mine. Peak 80s. I do. Well, from an aerodynamic perspective, aerodynamically, the wedge shape is actually very aerodynamically inefficient. I still do enjoy the look of it. It is still a very, very cool shape. That's why in terms of planes, although the plane itself was absolutely horrendous and it got shot down by some Serbians, the F-117 is still one of the coolest looking planes. And that kind of carries over to some of the vehicle styles I like as well, with the sort of the boxy or the wedge shaped vehicles. They do look very, very, very nice, very enjoyable. Although it's weird. So the F-117. Well, technically, it's not really a fighter. It's actually a bomber. But it was sort of, for lack of better words, marketed as a fighter to kind of appease the government powers that be, and to kind of make it more marketable to the general public as well. But also Tom Clancy, I forget what book he was writing, but Tom Clancy, when he was writing one of his books, noticed that there was actually a gap in the F series, and he was like, oh, well, there's an F-15 and there's an F-18. I wonder if there's an F-17. So he kind of made it like a story about like there being like a super, super top secret F-17 that had like stealth capabilities. And he actually caused a bit of a stir in the intelligence community where people were like, oh my gosh, how does he know? How does he know about this plane's existence? What the heck? But really, he just saw the gap and was like, oh, I bet there's like it'd be funny if there was a super secret like experimental F-17. And it turns out that there was at the time that he was creating it. Because obvious gap is obvious. Oh, but yeah, it was a really, really cool plane. Stealth fighters in general, or stealth planes in general, are really, really cool. The technology that goes into them. Basically, he was super. Like I think he got interviewed after like the F. He literally got interviewed after like the F-117 became public knowledge, and he was like, no, I legitimately didn't even know it existed. I just thought like, oh, it'd be funny since they skipped that number if that like it actually was like a super top secret experimental plane. And it turns out he was right. But at the time, because with certain fields you do need to go through like security training and everything. That was actually used as an example of like, you know, making sure people don't, you know, fully know what exactly you're building and stuff. So yeah, it became so famous. It became like a used example of, hey, don't make gaps obvious, because then people can like put together the pieces and can just guess. Alright, let's make sure we do well here. Very, very nice. Although our vehicle right now, the little 240SX that we've got, it's doing okay right now. We need to get a little bit more upgrades for it to really kind of be competitive, be fast. I do like to try to upgrade the performance of the vehicles first, in Underground 2 because it makes the career mode a little bit more enjoyable. The driving the stock vehicles, I think the from like level 1 all the way across up to like the max level, that's when the game really actually becomes really enjoyable to drive in. But driving the stock vehicles feels just a tad bit sluggish. So I do want to try to get as many upgrades as possible for the R240SX first, before we try to get some of the visual upgrades. But yeah, very nice. Alright, what is this? Alright, I've got hoods. That is fine. We're gonna be getting some more performance upgrades. Oh, I see another little money thing here. Plus we got over 3 grand. That is like a lot in terms of... That's actually a lot in terms of like early Need for Speed Underground money. Because there's so much to spend on your vehicle that you spend most of the game like dirt poor. like an actual early 2000 street racer, trying to scrounge up as much money as possible. And a couple $100s is like big money. Whereas in later Need for Speed games, not only do they kind of shower you with money, but they also like ramp up the pricing of the upgrades as well. So it's like $40,000 for a turbo kit. Need for Speed 2015. But it is it's still really fun. I kind of enjoy the lack of in-game inflation. It's weird. It kind of almost sometimes becomes cheaper to buy a new car than to upgrade your current car. And I know in real life, turbo kits and everything are still very pricey, but to have it be the price of like a brand new car is a little bit absurd. But let's get some upgrades, and then let's actually take it to the
Yo, got some action for you.
action for me.
I haven't been able to pinpoint the place, man, but it's somewhere in the stadium area.
Stadium area, cool.
Yeah, I'll give you a shot if I hear any more. Later.
Take care. I do. It is funny seeing all the product placement as well in this game. And while this game actually got an award for the most blatant product placement, to the point where there's even like in-game vinyls for like different sponsor companies and everything. Very funny.
The mission is where you lose most of your power, so any upgrade will help you get more ponies to the blacktop.
Alright, that's good. Got a differential, lightweight flywheel, short throw kit. Yes. Beautiful.
Hey, your ride is
Yes.
smarter with all its new parts.
It's some
Upgrade
ECU
your
tuning.
computer to optimize output.
Very nice. And that'll allow us to do some adjustments in the dyno. Let's get some nitrous. Get some NOS for our car.
Contact patch on the blacktop is crucial, so upgrade your rubber as often as possible.
Yes, there we go. Let's get the Yokohamas. And let's
Break the barriers of top
oh,
speed.
weight reduction is actually super cheap.
Weight reduction.
So we're just removing the rear seats. Yeah, weight reduction is something that starts out super cheap in real life and gets very expensive the further along you go. Because it's easy to remove stuff. But once you've removed all the basic components and everything, then you need to start replacing stuff with later components, and that's when it gets actually very expensive. Replacing stuff. I don't have enough bank. Oh, okay. Well, brakes are gonna need just a little bit of need to wait just a couple events before we can begin upgrading them. We at least have a decent start. There we go. Car's gonna sound quite nice.
Every track has specific layouts to really push your car. Tweak your suspension and jimmy the output before you hit the clay, so you have the proper setup for the track.
Yeah.
Throw your ride on the dyno and run it on the test track to make sure.
Have you seen the hollowed out tools in WC cars? Crazy weight saving. Yeah, I have seen some of that. Or for example, there's the Formula One, the infamous 3D printed Formula One gas and brake pedals. Let me actually show you this. It's literally 3D printed aluminum and it weighs like, yeah, it weighs 30 grams. It is super lightweight, and it uses AI and mesh AI mesh design to basically only create what is like the bare minimum it needs to like survive, you know, the massive forces of the driver kind of pressing on it with their legs and everything. But other than that, like all the stuff that doesn't take the force and everything, yeah, like it's basically a massive like not suspension, but like a massive like web or massive mesh of materials as opposed to like a solid piece. And what they do is they use FEA mesh force convergence, I believe it is. No, that's not it. But basically, they use finite element analysis. So basically, they use like computer simulated tools with like meshes and CAD and stuff to see where the high stress and where the low stress components will be. And you can see, you know, roughly where it's going to take the most load. And what they do then is they use an AI tool to gradually kind of eat away at like where the lower stress components are to reduce the material. And then they 3D print it with like, I believe either aluminum or titanium. I think it's aluminum. But don't quote me on that. And they basically use that to kind of then build to create their brake pedals. And it's super cool. It's like one of the latest and greatest technologies in aerospace. We use this quite a bit too. Very cool. Very nice. It is like a major weight saving tool, and it's also really good for cooling as well. FDA, because you can use computational fluid dynamics to see how the heat will transfer to the air, and then you can like use AI tools to then adjust the shape of like a radiator or something to get the most cooling possible from the system. Really cool stuff. But actually, it was used in motorsport before it became before it was used in aerospace. But it basically was very cool, very high tech. And it is like the like bleeding edge. Very nice. All right, so we're not even making 200 horsepower. That's great. 0 to 60. Yeah, it sometimes even looks like organic and biological and done. Mm-hmm. It does. It's very cool. Let's tune some settings for the drag race mode real quick.
Your competition's gonna be coming at you strong.
So let's get a little bit more acceleration.
Top speed. Modify your tranny's final drive ratio to get you popping off real tight.
Yes.
Don't forget about shift points, because they gotta be tweaked too.
Yeah, I know. Can I? There we go. That's good. Tires and brakes. That's good. ECU. Here we go.
Listen here. Your electronic
We want high end. We want high end, top end horsepower.
Remapping the ECU gives you the ability to fine-tune engine power at each RPM and squeeze some serious.
And we want high peak power too. Friend Ricky, his dad gave him his 1966 Fiat Spider 124. It had only about 4,000 miles on it. It's the head of it. Oh, very cool. Very nice. Alright, yeah, we're not going to be spending a whole lot of time in the super low RPM range. So we can get as much power as possible. We want to get as much power as possible from the high RPM range. There we go. Back. Perfect. And now we can do a down around. We should be making a little bit more power now. Probably a little bit over 200. That is really cool seeing some of the European inputs as well, especially some of the older stuff. It's very interesting as well because the Fiat 124, there's basically like an older two-door roadster and everything. And when they recreate it, they kind of they work directly with Mazda to build it off of the rarely ever use the tuning system again. That's a lot of fun. It definitely makes the game a lot easier. Very, very cool. Ask me, like I said, the recent fit, that's not gonna fix it. His dad hired it in the garage and left it. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it is interesting though, with the Fiat 120, the modern Fiat 124 is based off of it's using the ND Miata chassis. So it is very it's based off the Miata, but the Miata itself was kind of when the car was first created, it was designed to be sort of a modern interpretation of like the older roadsters, like the Fiat 124 Spider, as well as the older British roadsters as well. Let's adjust some of this stuff. Suspension.
No, it's like this. Suspension controls how your ride reacts to changes in terrain.
All right, we want to
sideways forces like cornering.
We want to stiffen this up, soften this up a bit.
And must be tuned together for them to work properly.
Stiffen up the rear sway bar just a tad.
Is to adjust your sway bars, then your shocks, followed by your springs.
All right, and we want the ECU. We don't want nearly as low of the low. We don't want to nearly reduce our. We kind of don't want to. We don't want to reduce our super low RPM range horsepower for circuit racing. There we go. Yeah, let's store it, and let's do one for drift. Now drift, we want to tires. Reduce the rear tire grip just a little bit. That helps you get some more slide. And let's stiffen the rear sway bar just a tad. And then we want to put it all the way towards like acceleration. There we go. And we want some more lower end torque. Something like that, I think. Yeah. And finally, Street X. Yeah, Street X. Tune settings. We're just gonna be tuning the ECU here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Much better. There we go. That should be good. Kind of like the Z was a throwback to the old IBM never sense. Yeah, I do enjoy some of those like retro inspired vehicles. And while some of them weren't super great, some of them looked really cool. Like the Chevrolet SSR, which is basically like a truck convertible thingy. It's basically like someone combined a Corvette with like a 1930s pickup truck with a convertible as well. It was very weird. It didn't sell well, but it was a really cool car. Because it basically was designed to be so awesome and so impractical, but because of that, like no one purchased it. But it's now become like a kind of a cult classic car, a favorite of the retro era. It is very nice. And the engine itself in there had a lot of potential because it was one of the LS series engines, which the LS engines can really pack on a bunch of power as well. So it is cool seeing people, especially the ones that have modified those trucks. This is just those trucks in general are really cool. They're still still quite viable too. In fact, it was a hard top, active top convertible, which is super cool in the early 2000s. Like it was just such a cool car. I just wish it sold better, but unfortunately, because it didn't really cater to any specific market, it didn't sell too well. Now one I thought that looked really cool, but didn't really do its job well, was the Chrysler Prowler. That car, it looked like a 1930s hot rod and everything, but it didn't. It had like a V6 engine, a very anemic V6 engine. I think it had the Pentastar engine, which was not a great V6. Okay, that's one way to get lots of points. Or not.
Alright, that did not go well for us.
Yeah, it should have had a V8, or at the very least a higher performance V6. Like I would have even accepted like a V6 with some form of forced induction to kind of improve the performance, and probably not be built off of the Pentastar platform, because the Pentastar V6s didn't exactly have the best reliability either. Very not great in that regards. But yeah, it was. Yeah, this needs to be underground too. Welcome to the stream, Snow. Just a curiosity, how do you prefer I call you? Do you prefer Snow Brunch? What actually do you prefer? I refer to you as. Yeah, but here we go. Good, very easy drift event. Let's do another one. Jordan. Okay, I'll refer to you, Jordan. Nice to get that answer, Jordan. Welcome to the stream, Jordan. Like you said, there was an upgrade to on someone's sign inside the glove box. Aurelia Lampretti? Right back in the 70s. Hang on a second. That is new Aurelia Lampretti. You are reaching into. Lampretti? You're reaching into automotive knowledge I am not nearly as familiar. Referred to as Midnight. Midnight? Alright, sounds good. Aurelia Lambrex? I'm not seeing anything on a Google search. That is automotive lore that even I am not nearly as familiar with, so I apologize. I apologize for that. Side mirrors. Oh, we got some side mirrors.
Heads up, scouts from Turbo Magazine are here.
And we got some Turbo Magazine opportunities. Cool. Let's do a few more drift events. Let's get some of these taken out. Get some easy money now that we've done some tuning to our vehicle. Yeah, I do know. I think Abarth, which is a different company. Abarth had a few goes at the 124, the early 124 spiders. Look up the Chrysler Hemisphere, chip Fruster design. Looks so much like the Prowler, right? Hang on a second. I'll have to look that up after this race. Chrysler Hemisphere. Very good early drift. Yeah, early on it's very easy, or it's the easy way to kind of make the early drift events easy for you is to kind of almost like fishtail the vehicle down the straights, right in the point zone. Drift events in general are very difficult when you have lower power. It's not until you get around like the 300 horsepower range where the events do become a little bit easier, and you can really kind of flaunt your stuff. Real name Hemisphere. Because of the fear. Nice. All right, let's pull that up. Chrysler Hemisphere. I'm gonna say the profile. Yep, overwrite. All right, let's look up the Hemisphere. Oh, dang. That is nice. It's almost. It kind of. So basically, it's the Prowler. The Prowler is really cool. It kind of looks a combination of like a 32 Ford, where like the front grille definitely is reminiscent of like the 32 Ford. The rear end, like this section right here, looks very similar almost to the Prowler. Car. Yeah, like the rear end here definitely matches the rear end there. But this middle section here almost looks like the 99 Charger concept. A little bit. It kind of almost looks like a slightly shortened version of like that roof line of the of the Charger concept with the sort of almost single bubble design. It's also called the Plymouth Prowler. Yeah, it was marketed under a couple different brands, but it was all the same car, I believe. But it's still really, really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit though of so obviously we have the 5th generation Camaro, and I was only seen 2 in real life. I've seen a few, but they're definitely getting more and more rare. But so we have the 5th generation Camaro, right? But something I was looking at when I was looking at different games I wanted to play, there was a game called Supercar Street Challenge, and it had this car in it, the GTO concept. All right. Now the GTO concept, obviously we know what happened to the GTO. The GTO basically became a Holden Monaro, a rebadged Holden Monaro. But as you can see here, this is what the GTO actually became. Still a really, really cool car, but definitely very, very different than the concept. But if you look at the styling of the concept, especially from the front window all the way to the back, they reused that for the 5th generation Camaro, quite a bit of it. So it's good to see that the design didn't totally get like completely lost, which is good. Because I did when I first played Supercar Street Challenge when I was younger as a kid, it was really, really cool, really, really fun. I actually enjoyed it a lot. But it is cool. And the GTO concept, like this was a real like show car. It was in 1999. Like it was like an actual like show car that was like shown around. So it like predated the Camaro. Like, when did Supercar Street Challenge show up? Yeah, Supercar Street Challenge came out in 2001. So, like, almost an entire decade before the actual Camaro, like the actual 5th gen Camaro showed up. But it's cool to see the how they kept some of the styling and everything. They saw what worked, what didn't work, and everything, kind of retool that into the Camaro, which is also partially based off of the Monaro chassis as well, a little bit. It shares some components. Because GM's GM is very much of a if it ain't broke, we can use it for something else company. They very rarely retool stuff for Camaro concept for Camaro was revealed in 2006. What was it? It may have been. Yeah, there was. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so half a decade. Still, that is in the automotive space. That is still a very, very long time to see some of the aspects kind of get carried over. Very, very cool. But then you have the Nissan Sports concept that was released in like the early 2000s. It's true. I think about that being true for the VW sometimes as well. Yeah, with all the different cars sharing a lot of the different components. That is very, very true. So you have the Nissan Sports concept, which looks really cool actually, and it became the Nissan Versa. It became the Nissan Versa. This is like the opposite. This is the opposite of a glow up. So this was featured in Mini Club 3 Remix as one of the vehicles you can win in the Tokyo Challenge. And it was a cool car. It was decent, had decent performance and everything. And when it was released, it did provide a bit of hype because people were thinking, oh my gosh, they're gonna be bringing back like the Pulsar or something like that. And instead we got the Versa. Which, granted, it's not a bad car, it's just a very boring car. So people saw that and then compared it to this, and we were like, oh, alright. Same with the Dodge Challenger concept, revealed in 2006, so it's a new city carbon like Camaro concept. Oh, cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's interesting that the Challenger concept, not a lot was changed with the Challenger concept, now that I think about it. Like, the Camaro concept was slightly changed here and there, a little bit, but the Challenger concept seems like almost like untouched. It's one of those like concept to production, like they barely changed anything, which is cool. Still an amazing game. Yeah, it is. It is very, very nice. Midnight Club 3. Oh my gosh, this. Sorry, I'm gonna get rid of this play capture. I'll be going back to News Underground 2. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about those different vehicles. Let's get another drift event. Get another drift event taken out. Then we can get some brake upgrades. And then we can begin actually tuning, and begin actually sort of visually modifying our vehicle. Alright, another drift event. This one's gonna be a bit more tighter, a little bit more technical. Some slower speed corners. Thankfully we do have the vehicle set up for high acceleration, which does sort of make up for the lack of torque that we do have, which is very, very nice. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're up against two Hachirokus and a Ford Focus. Yeah, early on in the game, front-wheel drive cars actually do have a little bit of an advantage with regards to drifting, because you can just kind of like hit the e-brake quite a bit more. You can play around with the e-brake a bit more and get a bit more turn in, and then kind of use the front-wheel drive to kind of pull yourself out of a slide. But later on, rear-wheel drive becomes so much better to use for the drifting, because you can get that limited slip differential, you have a bit more power, and then you can just kind of tune your vehicle for a high acceleration to really kind of keep spinning those rear wheels, and you can kind of fishtail the entire, down an entire straight into a tight corner. And I can kind of do that now, but it is not nearly as graceful. There we go. Put the focus into the wall. There we go. Very, very nice. We pretty much doubled their score early on. I mean, they're taking a focused drift racing. You know, it's not gonna go well for them. Wow, but this game is so much fun. I'm having a lot of fun right now. Even if our vehicle still looks like super stock, we can get an upgrade and then begin. We'll put some visual modifications on the car. Get some of that street cred. all the cringy stuff in the specialty shop. Focus on the wall. Focus on the wall. I'm not like that though. Alright, here we go. Let's get the final upgrade we need for the or at least until we unlock turbo upgrades. And we can begin actually modifying the visual upgrades of our car. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get some of the high performance pads, high performance rotors. Very, very nice. I'm surprised it's so expensive though. Very, very pricey for a brake upgrade. But I guess that's par for the course. I do like the discounts though that it offers with the kits. So you can, if you're short on cash, you can either purchase it, piece parts, and slowly do that by yourself, or you can purchase the kits and get the discounts. Very, very nice. All right, here we go. Speed, handling. The vehicle actually feels and drives like a moderately tuned car now. Very, very nice. Now we can begin doing some of the other stuff. Let's go to the visual upgrade shop here, the specialty shop. Get all of the cringe early 2000s upgrades put into our car. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun.
Hey, accessorize your ride with style and turn some heads when you race by upgrading your car's looks and audio right here.
Oh gosh, that's that's sad. That is very. We put spinner. Oh, that's so cringe. So much a race car. One of the things I hate about this video special game is that you're forced to put the ugliest parts of management just to progress through the game. Yeah, in that regards, it is a bit not great. I do like the later Need for Speed games approach to customization where you can kind of put on what you want on your vehicle. But right now it is super cringe. I do like the slight, like, you can hear like someone else testing the sound system just in the background. It's gonna look good on some cars though, just not these. Yeah, like on like a big SUV or like a luxury sedan. Yeah, those types of cars. Yeah, but this is definitely not nearly as good. Nickel 3 handle customization better. We can choose a custom car or not. Yeah, I definitely think it. That's true. It's a bit cringe. It's a little bit cringe on Underground too. But I mean, it kind of goes with the aesthetics. It was horror for the course for the time. Also, we don't have nearly enough money to actually put anything in our trunk. Oh, we are very fiscally poor. Spare change, please. Spare change for a broke street racer. Some of the customization though has not aged well. Heyo, welcome to the stream, Jesus. Good to see you. Hope you're doing great today. We have a little bit of visual modifications on our car. Oh, this is still super cringe though right now with the car. At least it handles well. The car handles and drives great. I do like how the traffic kind of gets into fender benders and stuff like that. Adds a little bit of extra hazards. The good old days. Yeah, I do enjoy playing a lot of like the old retro games. Partially because, one, it is much easier to kind of play on an emulator compared to trying to get more modern games working and stuff. And two, I do enjoy the nostalgia and everything. I do want to start playing some newer games as well. Like up until recently with Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, I had realized that the most recent game I played was Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. So I should definitely try to play some more modern games too. There we go. Use some nitrous, get some of that acceleration. I'm not sure if Underground 2 has the nitrous bug that Underground 1 had. But in Underground 1, if you kind of like press the nitrous, like tapping the nitrous instead of holding it, you actually got a lot more boost compared to just holding the nitrous, which is really cool. Oh gosh, I'm having like some major frame rate drops. Why? There we go. There's no one on the road as well. Very easy drag race. Lots of money. There we go. We've gotten some more bank. That should be enough to begin getting some a nice body kit for our car. Let's try to play through cars video game without getting into the boost tanks, and that isn't possible. Yeah, because some of the races you do need that boost. And I think one or two of the story missions. I think at least the like you need to complete the one race against the street racers, which gives you like the third tier boost tank. I think you need to do that to unlock the one story mission that's kind of required to progress. So yeah, it is a bit tricky. It is a bit difficult to do. Alright, let's do the sprint race here. So I think you can probably get past the demolition derby race and the boosting with Fillmore. I don't think either of those are necessary. I don't think. I do believe though that the final race that gives you the biggest boost is mandatory though. Alright, here we go, up against some other street racers. Everyone is all hyped by the finish line, or at least the starting line. Yeah, the one against the tuners is required, but being in the game just without using it is fine, as the game is super easy. Yeah, you can probably. The game itself, for the most part, is very, very, very straightforward. Very enjoyable though, actually. For a licensed movie-based video game, they did a really, really good job with. Although I haven't played the other Cars games, the Cars the movie video game is actually pretty good. But THQ in general are really good at were at the time really, really good at kind of making licensed games that, well, they didn't break any ground or anything like that. They were still, you know, really enjoyable. They were kind of like the nice sort of comfort food of video games where, you know, they're, you know, nice, kind of enjoyable, but it's not the only thing you wanted to add to your collection. But it was fun to have, fun to play every once in a while. Like THQ was like the king of those types of games. Yeah, there we go. Nice little bit of a jump there. Very, very easy this race. We're all right on the highway. I do wish that they'd have more highway races in the later stages, where you're kind of going around the loop and everything. In the faster cars, that would be very, very fun. But they kind of save it for when you're in a slower vehicle. All right, tippy tap of the brakes, get the car nice and turned in. Use a bit of nitrous to kind of make sure we have some more power. All right, now we're going to be going through the twisty bits. Soon the engine will leave the hood revving like that. Yeah, thankfully you can only blow an engine in drag racing in this game. Oh my gosh! If this game had engine damage for like every single type of event, though, that would be horrible. Also, for the other missions that you can get boosts, there are mini games that you can do instead. Like instead of boosting Fillmore, you can do the Luigi and the Rescue. Yeah. Granted, to be fair, Luigi and the Tire Rescue is like one of the few missions that actually gave me. Granted, I haven't played it since I was a kid, but Luigi to the Rescue was actually really, really difficult for me as a kid, because the mini-map, it didn't really show you any hazards. It just kind of showed you are here. Here are other dots that represent the tires. So you had to kind of like figure out and navigate your way to the certain tires, which was actually really, really difficult. Evening Sprockets, good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Happy weekend. Very, very nice. We got a nice victory. Got some $300 more. And our beautiful S13. This game, the S13 is actually a really, really good car to use for the circuit racing in Need for Speed Pro Street. Like you can, if you continue to tune your starter car in that game, the S13 carries you pretty much up until you're racing against Rio, and then only then Rio gives you on King mode a fairly difficult challenge. That's when you need to kind of upgrade to a faster vehicle. And instead of a Rust Bucket Race ROM, you can do Sheriff's Hot Pursuit. Sheriff's Hot Pursuit was actually a lot of fun, trying to chase down the speeders and stuff like that. Very, very, very fun. That one was a lot of fun. We got 2 events here, and then we can begin going to. We can probably upgrade our, do some more visual upgrades on our car. Get a body kit, get some hoods and everything. I want to try to make the car look half decent, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult trying to make a half decent looking vehicle. But we can try. We can certainly try attempt that. I feel like I'm playing D&D. You may certainly try to make a half decent looking vehicle in this game. Good launch. Alright, get a little bit of time. There we go. Very, very nice. Alright, we got a block. Oh gosh. Not good. That has not gone well for us. That has not gone well at all. But you do have boost and hot pursuit, but I thought it was okay to use it there. It's only for that minigame. Yeah, fair enough, especially because in there, the racers, the people you're chasing down, at times are faster than the sheriff himself. And it's not like an actual race, it's you need to kind of like react to their movements and stuff, and then try to like slow them down and everything. Oh gosh, big air time. Burst through the boxes. There we go. Nice, easy victory. That'd be a cool challenge to do though. Go through the entire game, no boost. I do want to try to do some like, especially once we beat a game like normally for the first time. I do want to maybe try to like revisit the game and do like a certain challenge, like this Tuesday. This may be a bad idea, but this Tuesday at I'm gonna be doing a hot sauce challenge on stream where we're gonna be replaying Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. But every time the announcer says get some flames, we need to have hot sauce. And I was rewatching the VOD, the old stream, and I realized just how often he said that. So I am going to be in a world of hurt. But it's gonna be a fun world of hurt because I like spicy food. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm enjoying the time. I'm enjoying the more casual game. I'm right here now though. Doing some street cross. Very, very fun. We're right up against an eclipse. Okay. Got that forward drive traction. Very, very good launch. Thankfully, forward drive is not nearly as OP in this game as it was in the drag race mode in the first underground. Excuse me. In the first underground. In the first underground, the forward drive is super OP. In this one, it's just slightly more powerful. I would just use wasabi for a challenge like that. Yeah, but the thing is, I genuinely like wasabi for me. Like I genuinely just enjoy eating. Like wasabi though. Like I put quite a bit on my sushi. So to eat wasabi every time he says that'd be just fun for me. Now I wanna make it painful. I wanna make it a painful experience. Hot Wheels World Race is also a good race, but Soundtrack Challenge is a bit better. It depends. If you like just the pure like arcade racing, I think World Race did that just a little bit better because it's nothing but racing. But if you enjoy the racing and like automotive mini games and stuff, Stunt Track Challenge definitely is a bit better than that one. One of the ones though, of the three though, my favorite overall I think would probably be Velocity X. Now that I've recently played all three of them, Velocity X is really, really cool in that it has like all the different like missions and other stuff going on as well. Like it did a really good job with that. It was actually really fun, really kind of fun open world like mission game and stuff. And the open worlds themselves, while not big by any stretch of the imagination, were really fun. And that's not only like explore and everything, but like there was a good amount of landmarks. There was a good amount of all that stuff. Just because of the car handling, in my opinion, both are really good. Yeah, all the THQ Hot Wheels games are just top tier. Really, really good. Really enjoyable. Very, very, very fun. And they all have their own like little bits of like charm and appeal, which is when I was a kid, I used to play those three like religiously outside of like Need for Speed, like and Midnight Club and Gran Turismo. Like those were like the big games that I would like constantly replay over and over again as well. But it was just so much fun. Which is part of why I revisited them so early on in streaming. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, the car handling was just really good in those games. I was wondering about Track Attack, as you can make your own race in that game. I've not played Hot Wheels Track Attack actually. What consoles? Or is that a Hot Wheels game? I'm not familiar with Track Attack. What consoles is that for? I don't think I've even heard of that one. That one might be a deep cut, at least for me. So let me see. Hot Wheels Track Attack is on Wii and DS. Ah, that's why I haven't heard of it. Hot Wheels Track Attack. Oh, interesting. Okay. Looks interesting. I'll have to try that out. I know there's quite a few of like the Game Boy Hot Wheels games as well, but from what I gather, none of those were really all that great. There was even a Game Boy port of Velocity X that was very, very different than the PS2 and GameCube versions of the game. Whew. And that was a very, very the first time around. That was fairly difficult for a Street Cross event. But it got a little bit easier for us next time around. Let's get some actual body upgrades. Because one of the cool things in this game is that the body upgrades.
Reps from the Sport Compact car are on location tonight.
Yep, reps of Sport Compact car. Cool.
Incentive enough?
The body upgrades, like the front bumper and the rear wing, actually add downforce to your car, which is very, very useful, very, very good in the corners and the twisty bits. Especially in the top, once you fully upgrade your car and everything, it allows your car to just stick to the road. And it kind of, I think, may have become the basis of Most Wanted's handling model. Because the car, it seems like in Most Wanted, the 2005 Most Wanted, the cars do have quite a bit of downforce that's kind of sticking them, that's like pushing him to the road. And it makes him feel kind of just a bit heavier going over bumps and stuff. Alright, nice and easy. Another good, easy victory, easy drag race. Much more difficult to get the near miss or the avoided accident bonuses in drag racing mode, because you need to basically like turn at the very last second. Very, very tricky, very difficult. There we go, nice and easy though. Good amount of money, good amount of reputation points. Very good. Yeah, let's overwrite the save data. Let's get some body kits for this car, and maybe see if we can't put on some cool graphics as well. Oh, there we go. Very, very nice. Nice little bit of drink of water, kind of soothe the throat. There you go. All right. Yeah, we need. I keep saying we need to put on body kits and everything, but we keep finding like more and more events as we're going through. I think there is a body shop over in this section that we can do. That's back here. That is one of the downsides of the, not necessarily downside, but this game does have a bit of a quick sandbox in that you're like, ooh, I should do this. No, I want to do this instead. But this is really, really close. Might as well do this. Which kind of adds to the fun. But it does kind of get a little bit overwhelming because you're like, but I want to do this event too. This would be fun. Oh, a new upgrade unlocked. Ooh, I unlocked a new ability.
Check it out. Fenders, spoilers, side
There we
skirts.
go.
You name it, they do it. The body shop will make your ride stand out from those stock cars.
Alright, let's take a look. Sniper, ported over directly from Underground 1. Not bad looking. Ace actually looks pretty good. Rohan, less so. And then Orion. Orion does not look good. Orion definitely has not looked good. I'm probably gonna go with Ace all the way around. It definitely looks a bit smooth. A little bit more rounded. Very, very kind of, it looks okay. It looks par for the time. But it's not too bad. We got Jorgen, Rocket 5, Air Force, Arrow, Barracuda, Wildfire, Ripper, Reaper, Bora, Ghost. And all of these are the same level. I do like Jorgen actually. That does look decent. East, double V, tri-slot, speed. Oh gosh, some of these have not aged nearly all that well. Like, look at that. That is pretty dreadful. Oh. Looks like it's got a giant nose on this one. I guess Twister probably looks the cleanest. Alright, headlights. We get rid of the pop-up headlights, but the rest look okay. Let's get Luna. Luna doesn't look bad. And then the taillights. Ooh, looks decent. Looks okay. Street Ray. There we go. Get those side mirrors. What? Oh gosh. Huh? Look at me! Look at me, Goofy! I've turned myself into a car! Huh? Isn't it funny, Goofy? Mickey Mouse looking freaking... Mickey Mouse looking, mirrors. Bravo. Oh gosh, none of these look all that great. It looks like they stick out just a little bit too far. Echo, maybe? That's the one that looks the least bad. And an Ace with the rear muffler. And then finally we get some actual rims. Please, no spinners. Got the BBSs. Ooh. BBS LM. 1718. I actually want to install the 16, 17, 16. Probably 17s. That looks decent. That doesn't look atrocious. Yeah, there we go. Get all the mirrors in this game. All the mirrors in this game definitely look pretty bad. Same with the roof scoops. Like some of the body mods, like the front, rear, side skirts, some of those look okay. Some of the rear wings look pretty good actually, and have held up reasonably well. But the mirrors, the roof scoops, and the spinners, especially the spinners have not aged well. I actually saw a car with spinners a couple months ago heading into work, and it kind of reminded me of like the style of these games. And when it pulled up and the wheels were still rolling, I'm like, oh gosh. No. No. Cringe. Cringe. Pain. Pain, Petco. Alright, where is... Oh yeah, the graphic shop is close by as well. We can probably hit that up, get the graphic shop. Get some new paint for a ride. There we go. Very, very nice. And then we can get our car on the cover of a DVD. Back when that was a thing as well.
On a whack ride. So do yourself a favor and convince them that making your ride stand out That is what it's all about. So customize your ride with the color change.
All right, let's do the base paint. Ooh. All right, no metallic paint neck. Hope you don't mind, gonna head to bed now. Getting late here in Sweden. Thanks for the fun stream and interesting car talk. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, AJ Radium. I appreciate that. Hope you have a great. Hope you rest well. Wide body kits in this game are awful, especially the Apocalypse and Armageddon ones. Yeah, a lot of them are pretty rough around the edges, I think. Yeah, the regular body mods though aren't atrocious. Some of them are a little bit cringe. What do we want to go with? That looks a little. That doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe a nice deep purple. That actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna paint the rims. No, that actually looks decent like that. We will upgrade the paint the brakes though. Nice red calipers. Off the tip. The high gloss. Here we go. Vinyls. Put on some vinyls now.
Hey, vinyl is second skin style for your paint, so layer it on.
Alright, let's see what all we can put on here. I got modern set. Ooh. It's okay. Doesn't look bad. I like how even though this is considered modern, it still looks incredibly dated by like modern comparisons. That looks like something almost out of like the first Fast and the Furious. I might go with that. I want to see what else. Splash sets. No, that looks pretty dreadful actually. Stripes? Well, stripes set actually. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, the stripes are timeless. Stripes are always timeless. So let's get some of these though don't look all that great. It's just nothing really kind of goes with the body, the flow of the vehicle. Maybe that first one actually. All right, then the first one we're gonna go with a nice sort of darker green. Yeah, that one. And then we're gonna go with a lighter green there. There we go. I do like as well, you can kind of change your vehicle and then purchase stuff, like do the full cost afterwards.
Yo, front your parts and name them with sponsors decals.
There we go. Very, very cool. Brembo. In the rear window, let's put on the street glow. That street glow, where is it? It is alphabetical. So go to the S. Where are you? There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Right door. Oh gosh, this is gonna be difficult because it doesn't really let us hold our position. And this is a slow way to kind of build up a little bit of the rep as well, especially because it's fairly cheap to get all these on there. Alright, where's another good one? Endless, NK, Aerolite, Extreme Dimensions, there we go. Four. I do like to keep the car as close to symmetrical as possible though. I don't like making my car asymmetrical. That does bother me quite a bit. So I apologize in our regards if you're like, get on with it! Get on with it! That's actually a launch game for the Wii. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, for all the different like games, for all the different games released for the Wii, it probably was one of the better racing, like third-party racing games for the Wii. Now that I think about it, it probably did fairly good. Maybe I've not actually played. I haven't played too many. Like most of the time, when I got Wii racing games, they were like other third-party racing games that weren't really released for any other of the consoles, and it was pretty rough. Most of those games are pretty rough, so maybe I just got like a really bad luck in getting a bunch of like shovelware games and stuff like that for the Wii. PC Carbon was also a launch game for the Wii, PS3 as well. Yeah, I've heard the PS3 version of Carbon and the PC version of Carbon are a lot better than the PS2 version of Carbon. I've only played the PS2 version, but I've heard that the next generation versions have a lot more content to it. So I do want to eventually get the Battle Royale mod working and play through like the PC version of Carbon with the Battle Royale mod. That's something I want to try. Let's take a picture of our car. Sweet.
Check out, bro. You just got featured on the DVD Bayview's Best. Hey, you're gonna like this. Get your ride into the zone and move it around while changing the angle of the camera. When you're happy with the
Alright,
setup,
come on, we need to do
take the shot. What
get
you
a couple
found
of
on the
nice
next
burnouts.
Now get at it. You don't have all night.
There we go. Cycle the cameras to see. Ooh, that one looks pretty good actually. Let's take the picture there. Very cool. Nice. PS3 version constantly asks if you want to save. There's no autosave in that version. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. We got quite a bit of money from that as well. Very nice. Alright, we have a bunch of events for us down here. So let's get that all knocked out. Yeah, so it may be better. Maybe if I want to get one of the next gen versions, I should probably get the PC version. I think that may be better. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can do something decent with this. Oh yeah, the car is actually like launching well into the lead. Very, very rapid. Very, very quick. Make sure we avoid all the construction equipment. I'm gonna go back to the right, because I think there is a fairly wide section here. Yeah, there is. There we go. Full on speed. Car's actually like. That's the thing though. I do like in Underground 2, you're able to get up to speed much more quickly compared to Underground 1. Very, very, very nice. The PS2 version also uses axis motion controls. One for control layouts 2 through 5 and 7 through 10. Oh, I hated. Oh gosh. Okay, 6-axis was a bit of a mistake in that regards. 6-axis was part of the reason why PS3 controllers are so expensive as well. It's just motion controls. I don't think the technology is all that great, nor is it all really, really good for that. Because it's always going to be very, very finicky unless you have like a solid piece, like a racing wheel, or a solid piece to like interact with and interface with. Because that's kind of how like humans work. Is, you know, when we do have a little bit of that touch, a little bit of that feedback to kind of see and feel, you know, roughly what we are doing when we're not directly looking at it. Tried it, not bad. You just tilt the controller so you can turn harder. Oh, okay. I mean, if it's half decent, I may I will give them props if it is actually like very, very good. Because motion controls in general are always really, really, really difficult to get right. So it's good to see that good to hear at least that they managed to get it working really well. All right, here we go. Here we go. URL races. I think this may actually be URL race number 2 because we didn't get the cutscene. So we'll be entering the track, and then we'll actually get the first URL cutscene after the first race. Probably. Yeah, that's how it is. It's not programmed for if you enter your first URL race. It's programmed for if you enter a specific URL race. So we're not going to see the cutscenes until the next one. Whoopsie daisies. Oh well, we're going to get a lot of money anyway. A lot of people, when I read a lot of reviews on this game, a lot of people actually don't really like the URL races. They didn't really like the sort of closed circuit style tracks on the closed circuit tracks in a street racing game. But this is a lot of fun though. It kind of adds a slightly different environment. You know, the tracks themselves are a bit wider, so you can carry a bit more speed through the corners rather than, you know, be at slower speeds. And you can kind of have a bit more wheel-to-wheel battling with the other opponents as well, especially on the higher difficulties. Like that definitely makes it much more fun, much more enjoyable, I think. But I'm also someone who enjoys IRL motorsport quite a bit too. And I know Need for Speed Underground 2, the Need for Speed games in general, especially with the first Underground, definitely kind of appeal to a more broader audience that kind of like the conception of cars, like the concept of street racing, but didn't really like motorsport in general. So in that regards, I can kind of understand why there was a bit of a backlash to the closed course racing, not only in Underground 2, but also in Pro Street as well. But I just enjoy cars. I enjoy driving. I enjoy going fast and competing against opponents. Doesn't matter if it's on the street, on a circuit, what have you. Going fast is always fun. Cargo Burr will always be fun for me. And even when car does not go burr and instead goes whir, still very, very fun. Because electric motorsport, while it's still in its infancy, is also very enjoyable to watch. I enjoy watching the Formula E races as well. Very, very cool. Granted, there is a lot that I would change with that, but it's still really, really cool to watch. And these guys are all right behind us in hard mode. Very, very tricky. Very challenging. Hi there. Alright, come on. We need to go just a little bit faster, please. Come on, you little 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. Give me just a little bit of speed. I think we managed to build a half decent looking car for what we have available to us. Like the car looks okay right now. But yeah, once we get to the higher level components, it may look a little bit rougher on the edges. It may look a little bit cringe. I do know we will need to eventually put hydraulics on it, because hydraulics are one of the quickest ways to really kind of boost up the star system. The specialty shop in general just really rapidly increases the star level of your vehicle. Get out of my way. It's very easy to wreck opponents in this game. Very, 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 very straightforward. Just kind of gotta get right around their rear corner panel and just kind of turn into them, spin them around. Downside is it does slow you down just a little bit. So I need to get that first place position back. Jeez, hard mode in this game is actually hard. It's the first time going through playing it fully on hard mode, and it is actually challenging. Like that is a very, very difficult race. Well done. But it doesn't feel unfair. It just feels like you need to really kind of, you know, you need to kind of get everything all nice and sorted. We're gonna draft behind the Golf for just a little bit, or we'll dive bomb on the inside and get past them. One or the other. Drafting will allow us to get a bit more nitrous though, so we can probably, we may be able to actually work with one of the other drivers and get an at least a 2-car lead, and then maybe spin them out on the final lap. Maybe the way to go for that. Just a slightly dirty, slightly do a little bit of trolling. Alright, here we go. We actually have a decent lead now, kind of getting into the rhythm of where exactly we need to cut our corners. Carries so much speed through this one, you don't even need to lift. We may need to also adjust our ECU just a little bit. I don't think we're gonna, we're not quite getting the lower end horsepower that we need. We're getting a decent amount of peak power. The lower end horsepower is, we're bulking down a little bit around the 4,500 RPM range, which right now we don't have the quick enough transmission to really kind of keep ourselves up within the higher RPM range. We don't quite have enough quite enough power to really kind of benefit from that. We should be unlocking some more upgrades very, very shortly. And that'll be when the car really kind of comes alive, really begins kind of you know, winning races and everything. Right now the car is definitely a bit sportier, a little bit faster, but it is a little bit sluggish through some of the corners. Still doesn't quite have the torque needed for some of the uphill sections as well. Nice and easy through the high-speed sweeper. It is slightly off camber as well, so it will kind of pull our car a little bit away from the inside. The racing itself in Underground 2, I really enjoy. Very, very fun, very enjoyable. We do have the pack. The pack is still right behind us though. Very, very difficult to shake. But racing around on like a private racetrack against other opponents, this is still very, very fun, especially in like a souped up car that you have tuned yourself. Very, very enjoyable, very, very cool. I do like the different race types in Underground 2, and I wish more Need for Speed games would try to have more variety in race types. 'Cause it seems like, especially like especially in like Heat and looking at Unbound as well, it's like, here's one type of drift event, here is one type of circuit event, here is one type of sprint event. Alright, that's all you get. Good luck. Here's a couple of different tracks for you to race on for those things, and that's it. Like, for as much hate as Payback gets, and understandably so, I do like the speed cross events. I do like the different types of like, I like the drag racing events. Like, that is all really, really enjoyable. But the handling and Payback doesn't really lend itself too well to some of that. And we got quite a bit of bank there. Very, very nice. Very good. Very enjoyable. Let's do another URL race. Alright, what do we got here? The inventory? Cool. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this street cross event. Very, very fun. Let's do this. Street cross, street cross, street cross, street cross. So much fun. I like the tight, twisty bits, the tight turns and everything. Especially once you get your car up to like stage 2 and even stage 3. Like, it feels like you're just driving a slot car through there. Like, it is very, very fun, really enjoyable. That's a very, very nice green on that Miata, actually. Alright, come on. Give us some speed. Thread the needle through the opponents. There we go. Easy, easy lead. Easy lead. Oh yeah, already the car is coming alive a little bit in the street cross events. Kind of tuning it up for the twistier bits. Oh gosh, Miata. Miata was not the answer for that guy. He got completely spun around. We've lapped him. We have a Civic on the inside. No longer. Goodbye, Civic. Very, very nice. Very good. Keep the speed up through the corners. I do like the different vibes of this game. Like, Matrix, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. We have, we're slowly kind of tuning up our 240SX. Very, very nice. Very enjoyable. Very easy. Very, very easy street cross event. One of my favorite types of events in Underground 2. Very, very fun. Hope you're having a great day as well. All right, let's enter another URL race since we're right here, right, kind of in this sort of plaza. And from a busy test drive on the 2 server, Underground 2 Pog. Oh yeah, I was watching. I'm not sure if you watch him. I think you watch him as well. One of Leon's videos, one of Leon's streams the other day when he was in Test Drive Unlimited 2, with the Project Paradise. Very, very, very cool. Very, very. I definitely want to try that out. I want to get that working because I am super excited to try to play some Test Drive Unlimited 2 as well. I wanna maybe do that. There's so much I want to get working and get doing and everything. I spent most of this weekend, or most of this week, getting a Discord server set up. I got it mostly set up. I had just a few permissions, and I'll be posting a link in the community tab after the stream, and after I get a few things set up for it. But that'll be fun. And then next week I'm gonna try to get a few bots maybe set up for this stream, where we can do like commands and stuff, almost like on Twitch. But that entirely depends on how well I can get it to work. I am not a software engineer. I am like purely like mechanical, aerodynamics, that type of stuff. So that may take me a little bit longer than a single week to get it all set up. And then after that, I want to get some of the other emulators and other games working on the PC. So it's gonna be a very, very busy March. See the logo? The logo? What logo? Oh, on the jacket. Funny thing, I created that. I created that before I saw the Project Paradise logo. I didn't even know about Project Paradise until after I started doing VTubing for a little while, and I was watching some of Leon's streams, and he was playing it and stuff. I didn't know at the time. I feel like I may have kind of partially plagiarized a little bit. That wasn't the intention. I just like the vaporwave aesthetic and like the tropical, palm trees, setting sun, 80s vibe and everything. That was an unintentional copying of that. I did not know about that. If they want, I can change that so it looks less similar to their current logo. If they do want me to change that, I'm more than willing to change that as well. It shouldn't take me too long in game to create something differently. But yeah, it's a little it's a little bit it's a little bit of an interesting development with the change with the logo on the hoodie and their logo as well. Oh gosh. Also, we have our beautiful, I think I've managed to make a half decent looking car in this game. Because a lot of, bruh, the rubber banding a little bit near the end of the race is always a little bit tricky. But I think I managed to make a half decent looking car in this game with what I have available with the 240SX. So a lot of the visual upgrades have not nearly aged all that well. So I did what I could. It definitely still looks a little bit outdated, but it doesn't look too gaudy. Like I try to make, you know, use a little bit more subdued coloring, you know, not go absolutely wild with the graphics and everything. I think it looks half decent. Like it's something that you can see, like almost like a throwback maybe. Like I didn't put this the spinners on or anything like that. But yeah, definitely some of the upgrades in the underground games have not aged gracefully. They have aged like milk in the middle of a Florida heat. I mean, even in the middle of a Maryland summer, milk will expire very quickly. So yeah, it's probably they definitely age like milk. It's not looked all that great. But we did what we could. The car looks okay. Of course, we have the neon because that is. I do want neon lights on like underglow and everything to make a comeback as like a thing that's popular, because that is one thing of the early 2000s that I thought was super cool in the street scene, was the cars with the neon lights underneath of them. Very cool, especially like if you combine that with like the wide bodies that are more popular nowadays. You know, the bolt-on rivets, like the you know, the Rocket Bunny kits and everything. You can kind of have like a sort of a hybrid of old meets new. I think it'd be really cool. It adds, it'll add just like a little bit of extra color, a little bit of extra sort of vibrancy to vehicles that for the most part are a little bit more, not necessarily subdued, but a little bit more mundane in the color palette. It can definitely add a little bit of a nice sort of accent. That'd be really cool. There we go, much easier, much better. So much better. There we go. Now let's return to explore mode. Let's get a few more upgrades for our vehicle. Let's get a few more body mods. And then we can try to get our vehicle and a couple of magazine covers as well. I do want to try that.
Yeah, you lit it up out there, but remember, that was just a taste. You gotta keep winning to stay.
Oh, we're gonna keep winning.
People are taking notice of you, and it ain't all good.
Hi there.
Don't ask me how, but you landed yourself a new set of wheels.
Sweet.
I guess the sponsors saw something they liked. Head down to the car lot and pick something out. It's highlighted on your map. Later.
The thing though with that, we don't quite have enough money to begin upgrading a second vehicle. We definitely need to make a little bit more money before. I do want to try to get one of the SUVs as well, so we can do some of the SUV races. But the SUVs handle absolutely dreadfully. Oh, but the SUVs are still fun to drive, kind of. You just need to brake like miles in advance. Ooh, another URL race. Let's actually get this knocked out first, and then we'll do then we'll begin trying to do some of the magazine covers and everything. There we go, perfect. Another URL race. Some more on-track action. Very nice. All right, here we go. All right, give me some speed. I need a good launch. We're already up against a Supra. That is terrifying to think about. We are already up against a Supra with the infamous 2JZ engine. Thankfully, the Supra isn't all that great in the corners, but it does have a lot of torque, a lot of power. So let's get into the slipstream. Let's try to build up some nitrous. Try to build up some nitrous from drafting them. Ooh, that was a hard hit there. Alright, all that nitrous we built up, we're going to need to use it to kind of get caught back up with the rest of the opponents. They are absolutely ruthless on this track, though. Now we have the Golf in the lead. We have another Hachiroku behind us. So the inline fours right now are the ones that are really kind of able to kind of take it to the top steps of the podium. I am not losing to a Golf though. Come on, let's get past him. Or her. I just noticed the name Lin. Oh, come on. I can't quite get close enough to draft. I need to go just a little bit faster. Oh, and I can hear the Hachiroku behind me as well. Very tricky. Very tough. I don't quite want to go into 5th gear. I want to keep the high RPM performance that I have. There we go. Oh, come on, we have one more lap to go. One more lap. Oh, this is tricky. We don't want to take too much curb either. We don't want to upset our vehicle. We want to carry as much speed as possible. This car, although it still has quite a bit of upgrades, is definitely a momentum car. So we don't want to slide too much. We don't want to get the rear out too much. Nah, she's got us beat. Bravo, Lynn. GG. Man, okay, hard mode. Hard mode in this game is a lot more difficult than hard mode in the first Underground, actually. Like normal, if you go normal mode the entire way through, this game is super easy. Especially compared to Underground 1. But Underground 2 in hard mode, like, it really ramps up the difficulty of the opponents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay right behind you this entire time. I'm just going to keep kind of pushing you, getting that draft, getting the nitrous built up. Come on. Give me a bit more speed. Alright, let's get up in front then. We'll lead a lap. That'll give us some more nitrous. There we go. Not a lot, but enough. And then what we can do is now run a defensive line. Make it more difficult for them to pass us. Try to prevent ourselves from getting pit maneuvered. Because the pit maneuver is like super OP in this game. It's a very easy way to kind of get past a rival that is blocking you a bit. So that should be good. That should be fairly straightforward. Down in the 3rd gear. And the shifts still take forever with the first level transmission. I'm waiting for the 2nd level transmission because that's usually when the you can actually get some quicker shifts. I'm gonna start playing when you see Nitro now. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Midnight. Appreciate that. I do hope you enjoy Need for Speed Nitro. Hopefully the game treats you well. Okay, nice and easy around this corner. Full on boost on the nitrous. There we go. Very nice. Oh, you're not leaving the stream. Okay, you're just gonna have me on in the background. All right, still. I do hope that Need for Speed Nitro, you know, is an enjoyable game for you. Very nice. I gotta watch ourselves to the corner. There we go. Yes, this should be a good, nice victory. Don't bog down on the downhill, or on the uphill. There we go. Perfect. Yes. Sweet. Some more monies. Oh, this is a tournament. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so we have another race. We have another race with the Supras and everything. Thankfully, this track is a bit more twisty, so we should have a bit more advantage compared to the higher powered cars we're up against. Cut the corner as much as possible there. Carry as much speed through. That's fine. Go past us. Go past us. We will work together. I will bump draft you down the straights. I don't wonder how street racing games tell you that street racing is dangerous, but shooting games don't do anything similar. I mean, kind of, a little bit, but I guess with the street racing games, it is a little bit more fictionalized. You know, you don't see, you know, fatal car crashes. Your driver kind of, you know, your car ends up back on the road and all that stuff. In a shooting game, you directly see people, you know, getting killed. And they're usually rated like, you know, M or T and stuff. So usually it's assumed that the people that are old enough to play those games and mature enough to play those games have a grasp that, yeah, shooting people is wrong. So maybe that's the reason why. I'm not too sure actually. It may be some law with the ESRB or the NTHSA. There we go. The National Traffic Highway Safety Administration. So that may be the case, where it's you know required by law to kind of put it in for racing games, or games marketed towards like a younger audience, but not for necessarily a you know, a shooting game. So if I remember correctly, I don't remember the Midnight Club games when they were rated T. Granted, Need for Speed Most Wanted was also rated T, but the other Midnight Club games that are rated T, and even Midnight Club Dub Edition, I don't remember there being like a disclaimer before the start of the game telling you, hey, wear your seatbelt, obey the laws of the road, and all that stuff. So it could just be a Need for Speed and like a couple other like racing games that do that. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that one. And now I'm gonna have to look that up after this stream, and to see sort of like where the creation of that you know the need to kind of have, you know, the obey the laws of the road, wear your seatbelt and everything kind of came from. Oh, we went just a little bit wide there. We blocked the Golf though. There can only be one purple car. There we go. Got you spun around. But yeah, if I were to hazard a guess, it's more so just because shooting games are usually more designed for and are rated M, or like a harder T. So they're not necessarily required to have the you know, like a legal disclaimer, because it's generally assumed that the people that play those games, you know, are more mature and don't need the game itself telling them that, you know, this is dangerous. But I don't have a concrete 100% answer on that one. That is a good question though. Oh sweet, we've unlocked the Beacon Hill as well. Very, very nice. Ah, but that's copyright. That's copyright. That's a copyright song. Whoopsie daisies. Don't sue me. Don't sue me, Cirrus. Please. Gosh, if I got an NDA takedown for this. Ooh. Inventory car lots, Jackson Heights, and a turbo.
Man, you did it. Another one goes into the record books. Your deal with the sponsor is done.
Sweet.
You're free to sign with someone else. Get out there and keep nailing those wins.
Bump. All right, let's get some.
Hey, the Heights are fine. finally good to go. Head over there and check it out. Seems the road is all clear.
Very, very nice. There's so much to do. So many races, so many events. That's one of the downsides though, is I do actually want to do like all the events and everything. Yeah, this is the other performance shop. Alright, alright, we have a little bit of time. Let's get that turbo upgrade. Let's go to Megalo parts. Get that turbo upgrade. And then I think we need to go to the left to get that go to the left for Megalo, I think. Oh shoot, we missed the magazine covers! Oh, there was so many events that we got caught up on doing other stuff. That's not good. Okay. That's egg on my face. That's a mistake on my part. Whoopsie daisies. But yeah, let's get this upgrades. And then we have enough time for a few more races before we need to end the stream. So yeah, let's do this. And then let's head up to Jackson Heights and get those the 2 stores in Jackson Heights. And then we're going to upgrade the car and then do a couple races there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the turbo first, tune the turbo.
Yo, stock is amplify your power band by
Ooh, very, very nice. Major turbo upgrade. Let's take it to the dyno shop. Get more power out of that turbo as well. Yes, please. Very, very, very nice. Alright, let's see what we can do with this.
Every track has specific layouts.
Yeah, drag race, tune settings for this mode. Alright, let's see how much power we're making beforehand. Let's see what the baseline is. We're over 240. 248. Nice. Alright, let's do some settings. Turbo.
You're in the right place now, bro. Turbo slam more air into your engine. More air equals more power. So get crazy and adjust the power at each RPM. I told you, this is getting big, yo.
There we go. Dyno run. Here we go. Alright, a little bit less power on the lower RPMs, but that's okay. We want like peak RPM power. Very, very nice. That's decent. Alright, let's store that. Circuit mode. I don't want to test run. I don't want to test run. I don't... Shoot. That was a mistake on my part. That was a mistake on my part. Ah. Settings. Turbo. There we go. Get all the max power. Return to the dyno. There we go. Much better. Sorry about that. We can still at least adjust the turbo through there. Alright, mode select. Yeah, let's store it. Drift. Tune settings. Turbo. There we go, that's better. Mode select. Street cross. I wish circuit and URL were put together, because they're both pretty much circuits. But I guess you know, you may want to have your vehicle tune a little bit more towards, you know, high-speed cornering for the for the UL races versus the non-UL races. That may be the case, and you may have, you know, may want smoother handling and stuff like that, or, you know, stiffer suspension for the UL races since you're on an actual track. Maybe. There we go. That all adjusted. Now let's exit out of here. Now let's head to Jackson Heights. Oh, this is so much fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. There's so much to do though. I just have to remember to not to kind of hold off on the URL races until we do most of the other stuff first, especially the magazine things and everything, so I can get a decent amount of money and all that stuff. But there we go. Oh, so nice. The handling, the car sounds good. It's got the turbo blow-off valve. Very, very, very enjoyable now. I do want to see what body upgrades and what graphic upgrades we're able to get on our car with the shops that we unlock in Beacon Hill. So we gotta find them. We gotta find them first. Boom. Oh gosh. Saved it. That worked. That worked perfectly fine. And thankfully there's only 2 shops in in Jackson Heights. Jackson Heights looks very, very pretty. All the different sort of mansions and high-end, houses and everything. Very, very cool. Alright, so let's take our car into the body shop first. There we go. New front bumpers, rear bumpers, and side skirts. Yes, please. Very, very nice. Alright, let's see what the next level is. Renegade, that looks okay. Strike, not that great. Overdrive, sweeper. Yeah, things are looking a little bit less good now. Probably Renegade? Renegade might look the best. Yeah, Renegade looks the best. Of the level 2 style bumpers and everything. Oh, roof scoops. Roof scoops. Alright. Headwind probably looks the best there. No new headlights, no new taillights. No new side mirrors, none of that. Cool. Alright, let's exit that. Our vehicle is looking okay. It's looking decent enough for what we can do to it. Maybe. Just maybe. And I am so hungry. I had a very, very small lunch today and I didn't have any breakfast. Because I was very, very busy getting things sorted. So after this, I'm gonna be taking.
Camera crew here shooting for the next 4 on the floor sequel. Just
cool.
make sure you cross the finish line first. You're in for sure.
Nice. But, after this stream, I'm gonna be getting dinner. I'm gonna get some Chipotle. Should be very, very nice. I haven't had Chipotle in forever. I don't usually eat out that often, so eating out is basically like a once a month type of thing for myself and my wife. So this is gonna be this is not necessarily gonna be a once a month thing, but this is gonna be Chipotle is good. Chipotle is very, very enjoyable. I do quite like it. Ooh, that actually is a very, very pretty purple as well. I like that. Yes, please. That is very, very, very nice. Ooh, we can change. We have a few more rim color options as well. No. Brakes, engine axle, uplift tips. Okay, that looks good right there. I want to actually get a nice screenshot of this right around here. It looks super blurry when I do that. There we go. Get a nice screenshot of the car there. Looks decent enough. Alright, let's purchase a new paint. And then let's get a few specialty upgrades as well, since the specialty shop is super close. We also have a street cross race very, very close by as well. We'll do the street cross race first. But yeah, the Jackson Heights. When you unlock Jackson Heights, there isn't a whole lot of shops in Jackson Heights compared to Beacon Hill and the city center. So usually at that point you're more so just kind of letting things unlock naturally in the game as opposed to finding new stores. This looks good though, actually, the purple. I like that a lot. Ooh, there's a hidden sprint event too. Yep, doing that. Yes. We're gonna be doing some Toge runs. But what it's worth, the map in Underground 2 is super, super varied. You have mountains, you have suburbs, you have industrial sections, and it all feels very, very different, which is a lot of fun. Very, very enjoyable. Ooh, up against the Audi TT as well. The Audi TT is actually a fairly underrated car in the game. Quite quick in a straight line as well. It's got the handling as well with the short wheelbase. So it's probably one of the better four-wheel drive cars in the game. But I do want to kind of stick with the 240SX throughout the vast majority of the game. Oh boy, easy, easy, easy. Oh, this is so much fun. The tight, twisty sections. Very, very cool. Really, really, really enjoy it. Kind of almost like feels like, you know, like the carbon canyon races and stuff. Very, very fun. Very enjoyable, just kind of going through the tighter sections. And they did a really, really cool thing with the downhill drift as well in this game. With the, having traffic and everything like that. Like, the downhill drift was a really, really cool mode that took most of the mechanics already in the game and added, an extra bit of flavor to it. They did a really good job in that regards. We do need to get back up into the lead because we were halfway done. Come on. We get past everyone here. Oh gosh, come on. We need to get a little bit faster. We're getting close to the end of Jackson Heights. The car still got a little bit of understeer. And that does make it just a little bit tricky, catching back up to some of the faster opponents. The car does understeer just a little bit. I think I may need to stiffen up the rear sway bar and soften the front just a little bit to get that turn in. And maybe increase the rear downforce. Because especially once you get to hard mode, it seems the actual setup of your vehicle really, really kind of plays a part in whether you win or lose. Like, it really kind of affects how well you do. And while you can't quite make the car absolutely undrivable like you can in actual racing sims and stuff with vehicle settings, you can still do quite a bit to it to kind of make you shave a couple of seconds off your lap time and everything, which is fun. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Good victory there. Ooh, okay.
Hey man, you're the hottest thing to hit the streets in a long time. The latest round of contracts have come in, and I pitched the losers. Just sign at the bottom when you're ready.
Ooh, street cross races, yes please. I wanna get put on. I wanna do the street cross races. Very, very fun. Yes please. All right, let's do the street cross race. Let's do the street cross race just north of us, and then we'll head to the specialty shop, upgrade our car, and then that'll probably be the end of the stream there. Yeah, and then I will get dinner, And then a bit later tonight, I will post the Discord and scheduling and all that stuff. That'll be all up on tonight's agenda. I definitely need some food. I'm very, very hungry. There we go. I like how they also repurposed the Need for Speed Underground drift tracks for the Street Cross events in Need for Speed Underground 2. That's very, very cool, kind of reusing some of the resources and everything, but in like a smart way, where it kind of adds a different layer, a different sort of aspect to the track. Very, very cool. Big props to them in that regard. It's very, 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 very smart use of resources you already have to kind of add a bit more content to the game in like in an intelligent way as well. Because especially while these tracks are fun enough to drift on, going through them in a very, very, you know, very fast, very grippy car, hugging the corners, you know, doing all the high G turns and everything, is very, very, very fun. You know, it's enjoyable. It kind of adds like a different aspect to the tracks that makes them fun to race on as well as drift on. Got 2 more laps. Let's make sure we absolutely bury these opponents. It seems like the more corners, especially the more like tighter technical corners, the better we do in comparison to our opponents. I think we really kind of got the Street Cross setup on this car absolutely dialed in 100%, because this feels so good to drive. Very, very enjoyable. Come on, give me the speed. Like we're barely reaching 100 miles an hour on some of the straights. But the car itself, because of just how close together the corners are, it feels much faster than it actually is. Which is why I enjoy the Street Cross events. Very, very fun. And it's also why I enjoy watching like actual autocross events too. Autocross is super cool because it's basically a time run through like a flat sort of like parking lot with like a bunch of cones set up and everything. It's basically like a miniature obstacle course or whatever that you're trying to like get through. Very, very cool. Although it's kind of dominated by pretty much Miatas, still very, very, very fun to watch. Alright, let's put those upgrades on and maybe do one more race after those upgrades, and then we'll be ending the stream. Yeah. I'm having so much fun playing. This game.
Streetcar Magazine's reps are scoping around, so look sharp.
Or we can do that. Let's do that actually. Yep, let's do it. Let's do the time trial. We've managed to kind of fail to get onto 2 different magazine covers. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna have to get on these 2. Give ourselves a bit more bank. Really kind of give us a bit more performance. We'll do this instead. So that'll be fun. Oh, there's another event there. There's so many events that you find and everything as you're going through the different sections. But I gotta know, as long as you don't do the URL races, you will be fine. You can continue kind of like playing around in like that stage without missing out on any content. So I gotta like make sure I kind of intentionally avoid doing those URL events until I'm absolutely certain I don't want to like continue. So I just enjoy. One thing I really, really enjoy with this game is just the driving, is just the racing. Very, very fun. Like the map itself is definitely a really, really good map too. Which makes the racing just so cool. And playing through it, I definitely can understand why people kind of want like a remaster or a return to something like this. And for me, I don't necessarily care if it's, you know, tuners or like, you know, the exotics and stuff. I just want good. I'm gonna do that drag race since we're right here. We are literally right here. I'm doing that drag race first. I love drag races in Underground 2 as well. So much fun. So much fun. Then we'll do the time trial, and then we'll put the game up. There we go. Good launch. There we go. Very good. Alright, good so far. We do have an opponent that is fairly close behind us. Let's try to make sure we break the draft. Oh, they are still trying to get a draft on us. We're reaching our red line as well. Oh, easy there, easy. Don't wanna blow our engine. Okay. That was a very, very close race. We at least got money. We didn't get any rep, but we at least got money, which is good. Oh man, but that was fun. I definitely like the drag races in Underground 2. They definitely feel a lot more fair in comparison to the drag races in Underground 1. Underground 1 drag races are a bit more of a pain because there's so much more cross traffic, and the four-wheel drive cars just absolutely destroy drag racing in Underground 1. So getting even in a rear-wheel drive car, you do have a bit of a disadvantage. I mean, mirrors, spoilers, roof groups, cool, and lights, awesome. More upgrades, more cool stuff. Oh, okay. Let's see. We can go down, make a left at the intersection, loop around. Got it. Let's go. Full speed. I do love the time trials here as well, because you basically need to navigate and find the quickest route to who you need to get to as well, as opposed to just doing like a set course, which kind of it basically tests how well you know the map and which areas are, you know, fast, which areas are slow, as well as test your knowledge of your own vehicle as well, where its strengths and weaknesses lie. Very, very cool. I do enjoy that, and it almost feels like vaguely like the Midnight Club races, where you know it's the world itself kind of becomes a bit more open in trying to get to like from point to point and stuff, which is cool, which is really, really cool. All right, we've got this. We've got this. All right, easy there. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. And we want to make a left here. Let's cut through this section. Downshift. Carry our speed through these corners. Speed. Speed. Alright, we have plenty of time actually. We have well over a minute. We have absolutely nothing to worry about. You can kind of cut in front of this hotel as well. There we go. Beautiful.
You got first place and the big prize. You just made it onto Streetcar Magazine.
Yes. Alright, what we want to do is we want to kind of... we want to get a nice... Really? I wanted to get a good picture. I wanted to... and it's raining. Perfect timing, game. Bravo. Thank you. I I can't be mad at that. That is hilarious. Oh. There we go. Yeah, nothing all that special. Psycho cameras. See if there's any that are better. That might actually be a bit better. Oh well, since it's raining, we may as well do something entirely different. Come on, get some nice smoke build up. There, perfect. Take picture. There we go. Adds a bit more to the smoky nature of it. Alright. Now let's since that didn't cause us to save the game, let's do another race. If I remember correctly, there's another, like, so there's a hidden race down here, this section, that pays pretty good. Maybe? Unless it shows up a bit later on. It may show up a bit later on. I could have sworn it was like a drag race or something that was in this section. Maybe not. Maybe I am misremembering. I am misremembering. That's fine. We'll go to the specialty shop. Oh wait, there's a hidden drag race. It's a bit further down. Yeah, we'll do this race, and then we'll end the stream. I keep saying, like, I am super hungry, but like I'm having too much fun playing this game. Very, very fun. Loading screens, even on emulator though, are super, super long though. There we go. Alright, IS-200, RX-8, and a Mustang. This is one of the first ones that really kind of had... like actual like muscle cars and stuff like that. Which is really cool. Although, to be fair, both the Mustang and the GTO in this game were not all that great. They're very, very kind of sluggish, especially in the handling department, because they're considered very, very heavy cars. And it's better to have a lower powered, lightweight car in most situations than a higher powered, heavier vehicle. That's why usually... Oh, that was so close. That was so close there. Wow. Okay. Bravo. That was actually very, very fun. Okay, so the tapping of the nitrous, that bug is actually still there, which is cool. All right, we're doing a lot better. Are they gonna like rubber band to the lead? No. Okay, good. Much better. It's got all of the stars in the Rio de Janeiro and locked the charger on the cover. Sweet, congratulations. Congratulations on that. That is very, very cool. So if I remember correctly, there's like Rio, there's Dubai, there's Tokyo. There's like one or two other like areas. I think like Korea or something as well. Really, really cool. And like each one has like a person, like a main person to beat for all three tiers, which is nice. Ooh, what do we unlock? Ooh, ECU. From across the pond, the latest customizable ECUs are now on the shelves at all Bayview's performance shops and Megalo Parts. Yes, please. Alright. That being said though, I am gonna be ending the stream here. I am absolutely famished. I am very, very hungry. So I'm gonna end the stream here, and Rio, Singapore, Dubai, Cairo, and Madrid. San Diego is exclusive to the DS version. Oh, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Very, very good variety of cities and layouts and all that stuff. Different vibes and everything. Really cool. Take care, everyone. Yeah. I'm gonna be ending the stream here. So if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. If you didn't like the stream, be sure to let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. Regardless, so thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next stream. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye!